riding down Main, it's a clear night. Screens glowing blue, got the facts in my headlights. Commonwealth tripping, but the truth stay calm. 𝗺cie and 𝗲𝗲𝗃𝗀𝗃, I'ma read them like Psalms. KP throwing shade from a broke down porch, but the files in my lap like a flame to a torch. I don't raise my voice, I just let the game speak. Steady with the grind while the crooked run weak. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks, they can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just ride a slow grind. Midnight oil burning, pen hit the pad slow. Every word cut clean like the rims on the 6-4. From Boston to Brockton, the whispers all hum. Turtleboys riding in the reckoning gon' come. 𝗲𝗲𝗃 in the back room, 𝗺cie on the phone, trying to twist the narrative, but they can't postpone. I'm just sipping on the facts while the city play pretend. True, got no curfew, I'ma run it to the end. See, this ain't about fame, this about that long game. You can duck, you can weave, but the truth still call your name. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks, they can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just riding slow, gliding. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks, they can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just riding slow, guys. We just call hold down to the city blocks. We just riding slow, guys.
Welcome to the Weekend Live Show.
508 is where I'm from.
We run down the biggest stories of the week with you every Saturday night. Let us know in the comments right now where you reppin'.
𝗵𝗵𝗄𝗃 Junction, Taunton, Worcester, Long Island, Manchard, South Florida, Webster, Malden, Framingham, Tucson, Wichita, Billerica, Salem, Gloucester, Moosop, Connecticut, Charleston, South Carolina, Roslindale, Moosop, Connecticut, London, Hanson, Glendale, Arizona, Lynn, Mapleville, Quincy.
Food stands, leave your clothes, buddy, and
hey, you a funny ass guy, man.
Have you ever heard of Turtleboy? Yeah? Are you a fan?
508 is where I'm from.
Hey, what's up?
508 is where I'm from.
How was that?
You a freaking idiot. Stop telling people that I'm mentally deranged and stupid.
Call me Aidan. He's not a doctor, but...
Get out of my store, please.
You're a fucking loser.
You are a loser.
You're not a journalist. You're nobody.
I'm not turtle hair. Don't make such fun of the criminal justice system.
NFL on the house, blog that.
Let's get this party started.
Yo, what's up, people? How's everyone doing out there tonight? Good? Good? Excellent. Hold on. We're good. Can you guys hear me? Hello, everybody. You're a loser guy. You're a loser guy. What's up, everyone? Welcome to my YouTube presentation here. Hold on. Okay. All right. Welcome, everybody. Happy Saturday night. How many people are here right now? How many people we got? Nice. We got over 2,000 people here already. Don't forget to smash that subscribe button for me. All right. Let's get back up to 165,000 subs for like the third time. That's the cool thing about losing subs is you get to keep crossing the threshold over and over again. So like I might get to 150,000 Twitter followers again one day. I don't know. I keep going up and down. I don't know. Maybe they frame someone for murder again. We'll see what happens. But, you know, that usually does it. Usually picked up about 50,000 followers every trial. If I sound congested, I'm on like 2 weeks straight of a cold now. I'm taking all sorts of stuff. Now, I don't know if it's from like, you know, so like I got sick from someone else and like they've been sick now for 2 weeks too. And so if you keep seeing them, I don't know how that works. I thought when two sick people, you know, hang out, like it's like whatever, you're both sick anyway, but I just don't get better at all. It's like 2 weeks of this shit. It is a little better. I'm not gonna lie, it is a little better, but I'm doing okay. I'm getting by. But anyway, yeah, keep me updated on the 49ers game too. 49ers Seahawks game there. I'd be interested in that. Anyway, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. If you're new here, my name is Aidan Kearney. I go by a variety of nicknames that you can call me, up to and including, you can call me 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃. That's my true crime name, my Facebook name. But be very careful if you message me on that account because you never know who's reading it. You can message me. You can call me Journalism Jesus. That's my spiritual name. You can call me 𝗄𝗲𝗶𝗺. That's what 𝗄𝗲𝗄𝗃 calls me, 𝗄𝗲𝗶𝗺. You could call me, Uncle Turtleboy, just regular Turtleboy. Some people call me just regular Turtleboy. You can call me Dr. Turtleboy. It's my preferred pronoun because if because if 𝗄𝗏𝗆 is a doctor, then I'm definitely a doctor too. But if Hank Brennan is, but he's not, then I'm definitely a doctor too. But he's not, to be clear. What else? You can call me Daddy if you'd like. Some people find that weird, but others find it like fun, playful, flirtatious, stuff like that, right? You can call me, what else can you call me? Different derivatives of that. You can like including Crowd Daddy. That's what Alan Jackson calls me. Theater Daddy. It's at 𝗃𝗃𝗃𝗃 Theater. You might have heard about that. You can call me, what else can you call me? All sorts of daddies. Brow Daddy, and of course, Fridge Daddy. Okay. Although, like, it's not just fridges. Like, I fix all sorts of appliances. Like, I was recently became a stove daddy and a sink daddy. So, like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Whatever's in your kitchen, I can make that. I can be that daddy for you too. I don't care what you call me. Just be here every Tuesday and Saturday night at 9 p.m. sharp for me, and make sure you smash that subscribe button for me. Hook it up. You call me, Mr. Media, Saint Daddy, Saint Kearney, whatever you want to call me. All right. Just be here. Okay. That's all I ask. Tuesday, Saturday night, we'll have a great time. All right. Now, here's the deal. If you want to have your messages read out loud to the class tonight, right? We don't do any sort of super chats around here. We only do turtle chats. All right. So you click at the link at the top, which is great because YouTube takes like, they take a good chunk of that. And I feel like with the super chats, it's like, people like doing those, but they take like 30%. And it's like people just want to be seen doing that. You're not going to be seen. Okay. You're not going to be seen on here doing that, but I will get it. And I will read your message out loud to the class. Okay. So go ahead and the link is at the top. If you'd like to do that, let me go and see if we have any so far. Oh, hold on. All right. All right, let's try this again. Come on. All right, here we go. All right, so let's start off. Today's January 3rd. We have Can't Make This Up Jones. And by the way, my Cash App is $ Uncle Turtleboy if you guys would like to do it that way. All right. So first one up is what's this called? You Can't Make This Up Jones. Sends $25 and goes, as someone hurt by my own lawyer who is disciplined for hiding a serious conflict of interest, I can't help but see the irony of Bederow blocked from representing Karen because of a bogus conflict and your bogus charges being dropped because of a real conflict that existed right from the start. Yeah. Well, they haven't been dropped yet. And, you know, the conflict with mine is, you know, as you're going to see here, was from Lindsay Gattani. The conflict, I mean, we always believed that a much greater conflict was the state police that I insisted were involved in framing Karen Read for murder. They came and arrested me for saying that they did that. So that seems to be a conflict in the first place. And like, why is the DA's office even handling this? Why isn't it moved to a different county? Like, if I'm such a criminal, can't you find another district attorney's office and their state police thugs to handle this? Can't you do that? No, just me. Okay, cool. Gotcha. So, you know, we'll see. And yeah, I mean, the Bederow one, there was no, it was just such nonsense with the conflict. You know, I did have to give, I remember when Bederow first came to me, he had to ask. He couldn't just become Karen's lawyer. He had to come to me. People forget about this. He had to come to me and ask, do you care if I represent Karen Read? And I said, I got to even think about it. I'm like, oh, yeah, absolutely. Because I want what's best for Karen Read. And you're the best. No offense to Alan Jackson and everybody else, and Bob Alessi and David Unetti and Elizabeth Little and all them. They're great. But I'm a Bederow guy. Okay. And so I want, and they're great too. I'm not saying that one is better than the other, but I'm biased. I love Bederow. Okay. And so I'm like, when Bederow comes to me and he's like, do you care if I represent Karen Read? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Why wouldn't I? That would be dope. That'd be great. That would be what's best for her. I think that would be great. So yeah, you know, but the conflict there was like, what if there's a situation? The reason he had to ask and we had to sign, like her and I had to sign something. It's like, well, what if there's a conflict in the future? And, you know, and like no conflict has revealed itself. Karen Read and I will always be going in the same direction. Like this whole nonsense about like, oh, Turtleboy was going to go. I mean, this is one lie that has been spread by bad faith actors on the internet for a bit now. People like, he was going to make a deal with Tully, and now they're playing clips of me saying that like I will take a deal. Yeah, like I said, like what is that, like 8 months ago, 10 months ago, whatever. I think I said that if like the Commonwealth came to me and was like, we're going to drop all the charges against you and you just take a quaff. And I was like, yeah, I would think about that. If that would make this all go away, you just drop all the charges and they take, but that was never offered. So it's like, it didn't matter. So that's people like, oh, see, he was saying that he was going to make a deal with Tully and give Tully the goods. Let me be very clear about this. I have nothing to give Tully. Okay. There's no witness intimidation. Therefore, there's no conspiracy to commit witness intimidation. It's all bullshit. I'm going to beat these stupid charges anyway. And like, there's just nothing to worry about. All right. And if the charges against people forget, think about this one. If the charges against me get dropped, right, and they go away, Karen Read is like officially free. I mean, she's officially free now. She's free. Okay. But I guess one of the things that they point out is that, well, they can still hold this thing over her head about like, will you be indicted for conspiracy to commit witness intimidation? If the charges against me are dropped, then there's no conspiracy to commit witness intimidation because there's no witness intimidation. There's like, so it officially ends. All this bullshit. It's just bullshit. They just don't want to give her phone back. But all this bullshit ends with Karen Read if my charges are dropped. These cases are tied together, as we're going to see. All right. And so it's stupid. This last few months of nonsense that certainly I've played a part in, but a lot of people have played a part in, but whatever. Okay. It's stupid. It's stupid. And at the end of the day, who cares? Like, who cares? That's between her and me. Okay. If I want to deal with that privately with her, I will. That's it. And people are like, you owe this, you need to do this. I don't owe the public shit. to be very clear about that. I don't want public shit. I have a long, and none of this should have been public to begin with, quite frankly. Bad faith actors wanted this out. They wanted this all out. They wanted to do this publicly. All right. Because people see their own whatever, and they want to join their own teams. It's so stupid. It's so stupid. Think about the history here. Okay. Think about the history here. All right. And I see people like this saying, Karen cares. The fuck do you know about what Karen wants? Fuck, who the fuck are you? I love when people are saying that. Karen cares. Would you call her? Did you talk to her today? The fuck do you know about what she cares or doesn't care about? You don't fucking speak for her. There's a lot of people these days speaking for Karen Reed and for Karen Reed's family who she did not appoint to fucking speak for them. A lot of people doing that. People going around saying, oh, Bill Reed hates you. Karen Reed hates you. Bitch, you don't talk to Karen. What you talking about? You don't speak for her. There's just a lot of that going around. It just needs to stop. It needs to stop. Nobody speaks for William Reed except for him. Nobody speaks for Karen Reed except for her, period. So enough of that. She cares. The fuck do you know? You don't know anything. You've never talked to her. I have. I talked to her every day for like fucking 2 years. All right. Unlike you, I have actual history with her. I actually know her. Right. I've had long conversations with her whole family, all that shit. We've had ups and downs, trials and tribulations. You haven't. You just fucking sit at home and you watch. And you get so invested in this, right? Like you're part of it, but you're not. You're not. Okay. So just sit back and enjoy the show. All right. We're good. That's it. Next. Cassie sends $10, goes, hey, daddy, just a little something for all your hard work, which I fully appreciate. One request, say my name. Yes, it's a thing. Yes. Cassie J. I will definitely say your name. Thank you, Cassie. I appreciate that. Okay. No, thank you. Yeah, that's the drama queen. Like me, that's not drama. It's 3 weeks today. Okay. If I make it through the whole episode, 3 weeks. And me saying, like, we're not, like, that's not drama. What I just did right there doesn't even come close to drama. It's like me crushing drama and saying, not today, Satan. Not today, Satan. And it feels great. It feels great. All right. Next. Robin sends $50 and says, I know you're busy. Please look into this ratchet Brian Puccini, owner of Boston Chops Restaurant. Closed the door abruptly New Year's Eve, selling gift cards right up to closing. Lots of victims in this, and there is more. I will send you an email tomorrow. Free Turtleboy. Yes, please do. I love stories like that. I miss doing stories like that about local scammers and douchebags. And I got a couple in the works that I'm working on right now. I just love that stuff. I love stories like that. And I'm going to keep getting back to that. You know, just, you know, not having charges of my own will be a nice relief, you know? All right, next. Patricia sends $5, goes, the turtle is going to be free. Their grip on you is loosening. Keep going. Yes, the turtle is going to be free. And that is the plan. So thank you very much for that one, Patricia. Oh, Mike Crawford sends $5 and goes, be honest. Let me see what this says. All right. All right. So, okay. This is just a little bit, all right. A little bit graphic. I don't know if it's $5. I don't know if I want to read it. It mentions OnlyFans and like some business ideas for Karen Reed. And I'm just not going to read that because I just think it feeds into this. So, although the last line says, P.S. I hate you and I'm going to jerk off some dogs now. Love, Mike. Okay. Well, thank you for that. But the rest, just, you know, even though you gave me $5, I'm just not going to read it. Not today, Satan. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. Yeah, because that's the end around of the drama is like you send $5 in for a turtle chat and you start saying that shit. And it's just like, yeah, it's not. No, I see what you're doing there. It's not going to happen. Not going to happen. All right, next. No refund, though. I keep your money. Just be very clear. I keep your money 100%. No apologies about that either. Thank you. Next. Stove Mommy. Nice. See, I mean, yeah, it's like, yeah, I christened. Look at, man, I don't know if that's TMI, but like, you got to christen the stove. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Stove was broken. Had to get fixed. Had to get fixed. New Year's Eve. All right. Steve sends $20, goes, hey, handsome. Stove Mommy sends $20, goes, hey, handsome. 2026 will be your year. I just know it, and never stop fixing those appliances. Never, baby. I'm going to be fixing appliances left and right this year. You're going to see it's going to be dope. So thank you so much. All right, cool. Next. Jen Watt sends $100 and goes, RIP to my BFF from high school till now. She was my better half and an angel. RIP Jazz. I am betting she wants us to support the doctor. Well, I'm sorry about the loss of your BFF from high school, Jen. Really sad to hear that, but I don't know if she was a turtle rider or not, or if she liked what we do, but we will keep carrying the torch here in her honor. So thank you very much, Jen. Character Share 𝗃𝗃 sends $5 and has no comment. So thank you very much for that. Character Share 𝗃𝗃. All right, next we have here Reese sends $5 and goes, shout out to Emily C for keeping our turtle drama free. It's a tempting world on the twit, but stay strong. New nickname for you. Ooh, drama free daddy. I like that one. And I'm like fueled by you people, you know, like you guys are the positive feedback I got in that Spaces the other day on New Year's from all you people about the drama free life makes me want to keep doing it. You know what I mean? Like, I am not hearing anyone. No, I got one email. I'll read it in a minute. But besides that one emailer, I have not heard from anyone who was like, hey, Turtleboy, like, I really miss you getting all into the drama. You know, I miss you mixing it up with these people, going at it with them. Right? Nobody's saying that. Everybody is saying the exact opposite. Everyone's just like, yeah, keep going, bro. Your silence speaks volumes. You know what I mean? Your, especially as they ramp it up, because it's very obviously they're ramping it up. Okay. People who were, you know, kind of known for being quiet and not very opinionated and like laid back, all of a sudden have found their balls and they're talking a lot of shit and they're throwing a lot of stuff out there. And that's bait. That's bait. I know bait when I see it. And it's like, and I feel like the longer I go without responding, the more crazy they get, you know, the crazy they get. So, that's my plan. This is just keep keeping on, keep doing my thing. And, you know, I'm enjoying this very much. And, you know, I see it out there but then once you go down the drama hole, you're stuck in it. You spend your entire day doing it. And now I see it and I notice it, but so do all of you. And you also notice my silence and, refusal to participate in it. And, you know, there's a lot of people out there who are like, you know, what they call fence sitters, if you will, right? As if that's like the horrible thing. Like 𝗵𝗏 was a fence sitter. And so until he went full 𝗵𝗏. And so it's kind of got a bad name because of 𝗵𝗏. But like not everybody, I don't require like blind loyalty over here. Believe it or not, I don't run a cult at all. And even though lines have kind of been drawn amongst Free Karen Reed supporters in the last 3 or 4 months, there have been a number of people who refuse to just go on either side. And that's great. I think that's swell. That you didn't like cross me or you didn't cross them, you know? And like, for instance, but unfortunately they have being like neutral has become kind of like unacceptable for some people, but not for me, to be very honest. Like 𝗄𝗏 Media, right? Who has raised God knows how much money for me, for Karen Reed, and for 𝗪𝐿𝐶 Fitzsimmons. Just like the nicest guy. If you guys don't know 𝗄𝗏 Media, and like I'm hesitant to even talk about him because they're gonna be like, see, you're aligned with him. It's like, no, it's not like that. Okay. I am aligned with him because he's a supporter of mine, right? And I've met him before many times. He was there the night of the CF McCarthy's incident with window intimidation. All right. And so Maz is just like a great guy, like Mr. Positive. Like there's no other way. He's just, I've never heard like that guy does not do negativity at all. He's just like, he's like an FKR sweetheart, you know? He's the best. He's like, everybody loves Mazza. All right. He's really tall too. He's really tall. And yeah, so he's probably good at basketball too. And he just is like a swell guy. And the night of the Karen Reed and Turtleboy fundraiser, he's the guy who volunteered to have the ongoing thing showing how much each fundraiser raised, right? And I had no idea. I had no expectations for how much was going to get raised going into that night. I have no idea. I had no idea how much Karen Reed was going to raise. Her going on there definitely helped. I didn't even know she was going to go on there. I knew they had some special guest. I didn't know it was going to be her. And so she raised like close to 20 G's that night, right? On her Give and Go or whatever. And mine, and again, like when they had the scoreboard, when they had the whatever up, the Mazda thing up, you know, mine, what did mine come out to be? Like 25 or 26,000, whatever. Okay. And you never once saw me like spike the football about that, right? Never. Because to me, it was never like a competition. I was perfectly prepared to raise less money. And I would have been happy because it's not a competition. Money be green, you know, money look like money. We both did well that night. Okay. 20 G's is nothing to fucking scoff at. Right. And neither is 25. So that's it. And, you know, quite frankly, it's like mine will be over this year. Karen's will go on. Karen's will not be over this year. Hers is going to drag on for a long time. Right. There'll be more opportunities to donate to her defense fund in the future, especially when mine is done. Right. Then that could be entirely the big focus. Right. My life is on the line here, you know? And so obviously my supporters are very supportive of that. And oh, thank you. Member for 2 months there. I still don't get those, but anyway, it was so Mazza had that big board up, and because it ended like 25-20, some people were upset with him over that. Even though, again, I did not fucking spike the football. I don't care. And they're mad at him. They're like, see, he encouraged this. It's like, would you guys be saying that if it was the other way around? If I raised 20 and Karen raised 25 and I lost, if that's how you guys would put it, I'm sure. Would anybody be mad at Mazza then? I don't think so. I don't think so. I think that the only reason you're doing that is because one number was slightly larger than the other. They were pretty close numbers. Okay. It wasn't a competition. It wasn't a competition, but they're mad at him for that. And he does not get involved in any of this shit. And somehow it has become unacceptable to have that position. And that's unfortunate because I think I want to be very clear. It's perfectly acceptable to have that position. It doesn't mean you're picking a side or anything like that. It just means that the guy sees the big picture, that we are all fighting the same common enemy, a corrupt district attorney's office. That's it. Michael Morrissey's office and the state police thugs that are attached to it. That's it. And the McAlberts, we're going against all of them. We have the same how weird is that? We have the same exact enemies, right? And like people like Bederow who are doing their job, who have never, Mark Bederow is an attorney. Okay. He's above it. He doesn't get involved in shit like this, right? You will never see, and people like Melanie Little. I mean, watch, she's going to be next. They're going to start, I guarantee they're going to start shit with her next. Like people like that, what makes them so good is they stay above it, right? They don't get involved. I wouldn't want them to be like, I mean, Bederow is my lawyer, so he represents me. So obviously he's going to advocate for me, but he's not going to like go online and be like, yeah, it's fucked up what so-and-so saying. You know, he's above that. That's what makes them unique. They're not going to get involved in that shit. Right. And it's ridiculous to assume that they would. And another one like Emily C, my sponsor out there, like she's so pleasant and so nice. She was on the fundraiser with Corey Hopkins. They were on the fundraiser that night for Karen. That was the night they got the sidebars. And so she was on there first for like an hour, and then she came over to mine. And that was unacceptable for some people. And they're like, well, I mean, I don't know what her crime was. I guess she shared she agreed with me that the Karen and Alan picture wasn't AI or something. And that makes her, I don't even know. I can't even keep track. It doesn't matter. My point is that it's perfectly acceptable to just support both sides. Cause guess what? I do. And I always will. So there's that. All right. Next. Llewellyn sends $25, goes, keep getting your chips, Turtle Boy. The chat rats have your back. I know they do. I was watching you guys about half an hour, before this started, because there are other channels that do talk about the things that I'm not going to talk about, and I will watch them, right? I'm not going to participate, but I will watch, and one of my favorite kind of, honestly, one of the most underrated people on YouTube is the Broken Baker. Okay. And the chat rats, obviously. I love the chat rats, but like I listened to the Baker at the gym today, and man, he's so funny. He's like the driest, funniest dude. And he takes shots at himself. He's just funny. He just gets it. He's not into the drama shit at all. Like he will defend it, but he doesn't he's just above it. He's just a mature adult about it. He gets it. He gets it. I'm a big Baker fan. All right, next. Karen sends $10, goes, I'm an English teacher, and this has driven me nuts for over a year now. Doctor is not a pronoun. It's a title. Pronouns include he, she, us, I, you, etc. Get it right, Turtle. I'm well aware of that, Karen. It's a joke, okay? You paid $10 for me to tell you it's just a joke. Not a dick. You don't have to suck on it, okay? It's you can just enjoy the joke. It's not actually, I know it's not actually a pronoun. It's what makes it funny. Okay. Okay. Next. Dog rescuer sends $5, goes, I work at animal control, and sometimes we get to name stray dogs that we take in. There were 3 Boston Terrier puppies this week. We named Dr. Daddy and Turtleboy. Nice. Get out of here. Get out of here. You were honored. I hope people don't change their names after adoption. How many days of drama sobriety? We're on day 20 right now. A dog named Daddy, huh? A dog named Daddy. Turtle Boy, I can see. I can't imagine a dog named Daddy. Or Doctor. Doctor. We'll see. Thank you. USA sends $5 and goes, I will call you the USA. You can call me Venezuela because I would let you invade me. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, I don't know how I feel about that. That's all over the news today. We just kind of went into another country last night in the middle of the night, and we're just like, yo, take your president, run your president, bitch. And we just took his ass, and now he's in jail. Also known as like regime change. I've never heard of such a thing. I did not know we could do that. I did not know that we could just go into another country and just take their president. I didn't know we could do that. Now, I don't want to go down this road. I'm sure you guys know more about this than me and whatever. I know he's a bad dude, right? I get it. That's just wild to me that you can just go into another country in the middle of the night and just be like, yo, taking your president, son. I don't know anything. And his wife, take your wife. We're going to take your wife too. Right? That's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, he's a bad dude. I don't know what the fuck he did wrong. I have no, again, you probably know so much more about this than me. That's just crazy to me that we can do that. That we just like, we don't want, we're just going to go in there. And I understand it's been well received by a lot of people because he's a bad dude, I'm told. And I understand he's a bad dude. Like we 𝗺𝗍𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗍𝗂 his ass. But I don't know. This is why I just stuff like that's too complicated for me. Too complicated for me. So I just stick to what I know, and that's the Kearney trial. All right, next. Courtney sends $25 and goes, Patriot, journalist, dangerous, live and commanding. Definitely making me pay attention. Okay. Thank you, Courtney. The other Mary B sends $5 and goes, YouTube is hiding all my chat comments on every channel for some reason, but I'm watching and I'm rooting you from YouTube purgatory. Well, thank you very much. The other Mary B. I appreciate that. Next, we have here Night in Blue sends $20, goes, hi, my bid daddy, take Zicam, use the nose spray. It's the best. You got this cold mugging up with the sexy. You got this cold mugging up with the sexy baby. True. It's all good. Listen, turtle, red cups hold liquid terrifically. Be good and brush your teeth. I always brush my teeth. And, you know, it's like, what am I supposed to do? If a pretty girl's sick, what am I? I don't want to see you ever. Come on, stop it. Stop it. I'm sick too. Sick, whatever. What does it matter? All right, next. Susan sends $10, goes, happy birthday to the widow VW, aka West Coast Kristen, my fellow turtle rider. We love you, daddy. Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that very much, Susan. Rosaline sends $10, goes, not guilty, daddy. You are all the appliances and so much more. Hope you feel better soon. Did you receive Jen's witness intimidation photo of her daughter yet from 𝗄𝗄𝗄? We did. I finally got that. We finally got that. It's more of a meme. It's not like there's no actual semen on the photo. It's a meme. Okay. Someone took a picture of one of her daughters, like one of the adult ones, and like made a meme out of it and like threw some white shit on there. And they're like, oh, there's fucking semen everywhere. Bro, it's not really semen. It's a meme. And some asshole made it. And like, I wouldn't do that. I condemn that. I don't believe in that. It's not my style. But it's not witness intimidation on my part if someone else did that. I don't know what to tell you. Next. Happy 2026 𝗄𝗄𝗄𝗆 free Turtleboy. Thank you. This is not drama sends $5 and says, if you clear up about what you said about Lauren Barry, you might gain more respect back. That was wrong. Okay, so first of all, go fuck yourself. Second of all, what did I say? I go, I have questions. And it's a fucking, these people were coming at me, asking me, like throwing all sorts of questions in my face. So I'm like, okay, I have questions too. There you go. You're not a fucking, I will be apologizing for nothing. Okay. To be very clear about that. And like, if they want to apologize too, sure. We can both do mutual fake apologies. Okay. I'm not doing that whole thing. Okay. If people declare war on me over stupid shit, over drama, and I respond with my own shit and attack you in the same manner that you're attacking me, that's fucking part of the game. Okay. Don't cry about it. You know, it's like, oh, I have questions. Oh, I have questions too. Here's my question. You're not a victim because of that. So like, you can take your $5 and go fuck yourself. This is not drama. Okay. That was not wrong. All right. What was wrong was all the bullshit leading up to that. And not today, Satan. So I will be this whole thing about like, oh, you need to apologize. Bitch, who the fuck are you? This whole thing, you need to do this. What? I need to do fucking nothing. Right? If I want to call James Jackson up and apologize to him privately, I could do that if I wanted to. I ain't going to do it for you. These people think that they have like a right, like that Twitter has like a right to like sit here And we get to watch it. We get to watch the apology, and it's for us because no, it's not for you. Who the fuck are you? You get nothing. You get nothing because you're worth, not you guys, the person that sent that $5. I want to be very clear. I'm going to keep your $5, but you are a worthless piece of shit. Okay. Who thrives on drama, other people's drama. You didn't know Lauren Berry. You don't know James Jackson. You don't know me, right? The idea that you're sitting there thinking that I owe you an apology is fucking insane. Absolutely insane. You have no life. That's all I'm going to say about that. Next. 𝗵𝗄𝗃𝗧𝗂𝗶 sends $5 and goes, "Hi, Daddy. I'm wondering if you've been checking your email." I did. "I sent you an early birthday message. Living that drama-free with long hair life is sexy as fuck. Say my name in the Dr. Daddy sexy voice." I don't know what the Dr. Daddy sexy voice is. Thanks, babe. Allie the cat. I did get your pictures again, 𝗵𝗄𝗃𝗧𝗂𝗶. If you send me pictures like that, I will look at them. I made this general announcement the other day. Okay. If you send me nudes, all right, I'm going to look at them. I'm not going to look the other way. Okay. I will look at your nudes, right? Probably not going to respond though. Okay. Because that's a trap. I don't trust you. I don't trust anyone. So like when people send me the nudes, which they do a lot, some more than others, I'm not going to be rude. I'm not going to like ignore it, but like I am going to not reply because then, okay, what if it's like somebody fucking with me and like, or catfishing me? I'm not falling for that shit. I will look because you put an effort in and I want to be polite, but I just don't trust you. Okay. No offense. So I appreciate that. Thank you. Next, except for Stupid April. So I'm definitely going to look at hers. Indie Girl Gittery sends $10 and goes, "Turtleboy, you are my absolute favorite journalist. Love from Fort Wayne." Nice. Fort Wayne, my hometown, home of Kevin Kearney, my dad. Without Fort Wayne, there's no Turtleboy. Thank you. Appreciate that. Next, Naomi sends $10 and goes, "Listen, Turtle, when drama tempts, remember, as we say in the black church, the devil is a liar. The devil tempts, teases, tantalizes, and tweets, but the devil is a liar. Stay strong, keep on keeping on, and you will soar on eagle's wings, on wings with wings like eagles. Run and not become weary, and successfully take down the corrupt regime in Norfolk County." Oh, that's deep, Naomi. I appreciate that. That is true. I know that from my Black Church Sundays. That's very, very true. So thank you. All right, cool. Let's see. All right, let me read Cash Apps here. All right, Angela sends $20 and goes, "Way to hang in. No response is a response." That's true. That's true. I appreciate that. Okay. Let me just refresh the whatever here, and then we'll get started. The turtle chats as they come in. Mary sends $10 and goes, "Dr. Turtleboy, I'm so proud of you for standing tall. You are loved. P.S. Can we just call you Appliance Daddy to cover all the bases?" Yeah. Although I do want to cover all the bases though, individually. So I feel like I have to earn each appliance and like everything in the kitchen. I mean, there's a dining room, there's a table in there, there's a stove, there's a dishwasher. I haven't christened that yet. There's other things. There's a blender. There's a lot. We got a lot of work to do. So I'm not officially Appliance Daddy yet, but give it time. Next, Karen sends $10 and goes, "Oh, it's a joke. The pronouns." Okay, good. I'm not embarrassed. Here's another 10 because I believe in you and I want to see you kick 𝗁𝗄𝗃𝗧𝗂𝗋's ass in court. See, you get me now, Karen. I appreciate that very much. Okay, cool. All right. If anyone else wants to, have their messages read out loud to the class, you can click at the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $, Uncle Turtleboy, and we can do it that way. All right, let's do this. All right. So You guys might have seen it. We have, we got the message here. I bet she's going to say static. I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Hold on. Hold on. All right, here we go. So we have in how many more days? Today's the 3rd. 20 more days from today, my first hearing in Suffolk Superior Court. I am not excited about going to that courthouse because of the parking situation. Foreign courthouse. I like Norfolk Superior Courthouse. I know it like the back of my hand. I know the court officers there. I know everything. New courthouse though, we'll see what it's like with the new judge. Different atmosphere. All right. So yeah, we will be there with Judge Bederow in 20 days. And the motion that will be heard is the motion to recuse specially appointed prosecutor Recuse Cosgrove. Okay. We, of course, filed this motion, and 𝗁𝗄𝗄𝗆 filed his reply the day before the hearing, or the day of the hearing, which was like December 4th. And so, of course, we have a chance for a 𝗪 reply, and that's what we did. Okay. And so Bederow filed this yesterday, and let's go over it now today and see what's happening. All right. I don't think Melanie's had a chance. Has she gone over this yet? She's usually on this stuff, but it's good. It's good stuff. All right. So give me 1 sec. Hold on. I got a tissue. All right, we're back. We're back. She said Monday she's going to go over it. Okay, cool. Awesome. Well, you know she'll do a great job on this. So we'll go over the basics here. Okay. All right, so the Commonwealth's response envisions Robert Cosgrove's conflict with Lindsay Kearney in a vacuum. It ignores that separate and apart from his conflict, the case against Kearney is rife with other conflicts and scandals, the combined impact of which severely undermines the public's confidence in the integrity of the criminal justice system. That's the big thing. Undermines the public's confidence in the integrity of the Norfolk County criminal justice system. A summary follows. In September, the DA, Michael Morrissey, recused his office from prosecuting Mr. Kearney due to conflict created by investigating a journalist who publicly accused the DA's office, the state police, and various civilians of framing Karen Reed for murder after the Attorney General rejected his entreaty to prosecute Mr. Kearney. I love how he threw that in there. Boom. DA Morrissey then engaged Kenneth Mello and Robert Novak as special prosecutors. That didn't go very well. Excuse me. The State Police Detectives Unit did not recuse itself, even though it labored under the same conflict as the DA, given Mr. Kearney's accusations that Detective Lieutenant Brian Tully, the former Trooper Michael Proctor, and Sergeant 𝗫𝗄𝗏 were corrupt in the Reed case. So see Bederow affidavits for that. The full breadth of the Norfolk SPDU's investigative bias against Mr. Kearney has been bolstered by the Commonwealth's latest disclosure and recent social media posts made by Sergeant 𝗵𝗂𝗃. So we got some new stuff in Discovery. We got some new Proctor text messages. And Proctor does not shut up, ever. He just can't. You thought he would learn his lesson, like don't put bad words in text messages, but he just can't help himself when it comes to me and Karen Reed. He really doesn't like us. And so on January 28th, in response to Mr. Proctor again smearing Mr. Kearney as an, not a, an, what word do you think this is? What's Michael Proctor's pet name for me? What do you guys think? Use the context. Sometimes it's fun to figure out what these redactions are using our context clues. What do you think is his pet name for me? Ann. It can't be, if it's Ann and not a, well, what does that mean? You know that, what does the next word start with? What do you guys think? Oh, there it is. I see some people are getting it. There you go. That's my pet name with him. So that's what he calls me. He's called me in other text messages as well. All right. And so he calls me that. Sergeant 𝗵𝗂𝗃 responds to this message from Proctor on January 28th, 2025, and assured him that Mr. Kearney, who he disparaged as blank, he's got a name for me too, would blank. That something's going to happen to me, I guess. I don't know. Sergeant 𝗵𝗂𝗃 giddily told Mr. Proctor that the blank awaiting Mr. Kearney. What do you guys think that word is? That it has to be redacted, right? If it's redacted, that means it's something. It's got to be something from the text messages. It can't be like our own. If it's our own words, we can put it in there. But if it's their own words, so I can't tell you what that word is. But like, you know, people that some people are saying fate. Some people are saying shit. Some people are saying hell, asshole. Huh. Okay. I'm not going to say one way or another. It's impounded. So we'll leave it at that. Anyway, it goes on to say that the blank awaiting Mr. Kearney and other unnamed people would be blank. And then this brings us to Exhibit A. How do I click on? I can never figure out how to click on these. Is there like a thing I'm supposed to click? Hold on. Huh. I can see where it brings it to there. How do I? Does anybody know how I should know how to do this? Try the control key. Hold on. Control. Okay. Copy. No, I don't see an option there. Do you guys? Control click. Olivia. Yeah, I'm going to call Olivia. I'm going to message Olivia. I do have a Mac. Control click. No, that didn't work. I've done it before. I just forget how to do it. And some of these are good because we have so many cool hyperlinks. Give me 1 second to pull up a different version of this. Oh, God. Oh, it worked on my end over here. Okay. Oh, it just says redacted. So that whole one is just redacted. Okay, cool. All right. Back to this. All right. Sergeant Buchanan shattered any facade of impartiality in his investigation of Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed by professing enthusiastic support for Jennifer McCabe, Matt McCabe, and the Alberts, and by revealing his overt bias against and disdain for Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed. Leveraging his status, and let's go to Exhibit B. Let's see what that brings up. Oh, yeah. Okay. So, actually, we can just bring it. Let's just go look at it right now. Dope. So, Uri Buchanan was tweeting a lot between November 8th, November 28th, and like December 4th. And he's tweeting stuff like this, okay? As I post infrequently, when I do, it's usually noteworthy. The struggle, the conflict is straightforward. It is a contest between decency, justice, and order versus evil, chaos, and lunacy. They need your support. The McAlberts need your support. Every donation, regardless of amount. When I first saw this, I'm like, this can't be real. This guy is really doing this right now. He's not even hiding his bias. He doesn't give a fuck how this looks, huh? The guy who needs the Webster dictionary to answer his questions about how to read English. He's up here saying that it is a contest between decency, justice, and order. That would be the McAlberts. They are decency, justice, and order. And you should give your money to them. Well, what's on Karen Reed's side? Evil, chaos, and lunacy. And I'm, of course, associated with that, right? Because despite differences, they still want to like loop us together. And so it's right. It's somehow her fault. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Let's see. He made the same post on Facebook. Then he made this one. This is number 2. I'm just going to leave this here. Take a look and decide for yourself. Okay. Third one, he shared it. Truth is bold and doesn't hide. Truth will always prevail. Truth. Didn't I get indicted for telling people to tell the truth? Next one. Oh, okay. November 26th is our 4th one. Give thanks this week and always for everything you have and everything that's yet to come. We all go through difficult times, but with perseverance, love, and support, you too will come out the other side that much stronger for having faced lies and adversity head on and not back down. So deep. A 5th one. From the bottom of my heart, I want to wish all of you a happy Thanksgiving. All of you who supported my family, coworkers, and I over the last few years, genuine sincerity, but also all of you who showed your true colors and low level of intelligence, believing stupid conspiracy theories for your own entertainment while helping ruin innocent people's lives, and did it so proudly too. Thank you. Sarcasm. Oh, God, he's got no personality. He is calling anyone who believes that Karen Reed is innocent. He's calling you low level of intelligence, believing stupid conspiracy theories for your own entertainment, while helping ruin innocent people's lives. Innocent. It's like, is he their lawyer, or was he? I thought he was an independent investigator who was unbiased to this in whatever. Nope. Apparently he's their lawyer. I'm typically not into this stuff. I think this is a 6th post on this, but this is the best deal in Black Friday history. I'm posting the link below. Whatever you donate, the website will give you credit for the same exact amount. This is just spectacular. Happy donating, everyone. Whatever that means. November 29th, the 7th time he shared it. Every donation, no matter the amount, makes a huge difference. Your generosity matters, and the ones in need greatly appreciate your support. And then this sentence, I personally thank you on their behalf. I personally thank you on their behalf, aka I speak for the witnesses. I speak for the McAlberts. I am their official spokesperson. I thank you on their behalf, personally, because that's his job, personally. Insane. Now he shares it an 8th time. It's Giving Tuesday. What better way to make a difference in this world than to support the fight for justice and fairness in these uncertain times? We already had the fight for justice and fairness, and the good guys won. It ended on June 18th. You might have missed it. All right, so back to this. That's what we referenced there. So, leveraging his status as a supervising detective against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed, Sergeant Buchanan actively solicited money for witnesses against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed at least 7 times, even referencing Thanksgiving, Black Friday, and Giving Tuesday as perfect days for happy donating everyone. In addition to participating in the investigation of Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed, Sergeant Buchanan testified that he was intimidated by Mr. Kearney, lobbing questions at him as he left court one day. An indictment relating to this incident was dismissed. At Miss Reed's trial, Sergeant Buchanan was detailed the state police's investigation. Yeah. Sergeant Buchanan repeatedly directed potential donors to a website created to support the McCabe's and Alberts, whose mission statement is to protect and empower witnesses and victims of crimes who face retaliation, harassment, or defamation for fulfilling their civic duty. Okay. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, solicited money for witnesses against Mr. Kearney. I mean, that's crazy. So the state police who were supposed to be investigating me are raising money for the people who are going to testify against me. Huh? So you're paying them off? Is that what you're saying? The state police are paying these people off. Okay. Must be nice. In one post, he included a fundraising link and issued a call to arms seeking financial support for the good in their fight against evil. Again, that's crazy. We just read that one. It is a contest between decency, justice, and order versus evil, chaos, and lunacy. Right. Hold on. In another post, Sergeant Buchanan disparaged Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed supporters for their low level of intelligence. Right. Making fun of us. In another one, he put the notion any of their actual bias against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed by posting a donation link revealing himself as the spokesperson for the McCabe and Albert fundraising operation. I personally thank you on their behalf. That's the best one. Of all of them, to me, that is the most telling one because he's like, I am thanking you guys on their behalf. I mean, that's crazy. Couldn't they just have 𝗄𝗄𝗄𝗧 do that? What did they need? Or Jill Daniels or somebody like that? Why do they need Uri to do that? I hope Judge Bellezos, we'll see if he's like status quo or if he's like, if he has grave concerns over this. I hope he has grave concerns. This is really from him, for sure. This is like real. Goes on to say, Sergeant Buchanan's crowdsourcing of funds for prosecution witnesses against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed may violate Massachusetts conflict of interest law, MGL 268, blah, blah, blah. Either way, his overt advocacy for these witnesses and his clear bias against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed makes a mockery of any appearance of impartiality in the DA's investigation of Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed and obliterates whatever confidence the public had in the integrity of those investigations. Exactly. That's the key thing there. It makes a mockery of any appearance of impartiality in their investigations of both Karen and myself. Mr. Mello was disqualified from the 2024 indictment after he made himself a material defense witness. He withdrew from the instant matter while a motion to disqualify him was pending, which included, among other things, proof that he advocated on behalf of witness Chris Albert while exploiting his official capacity as Mr. Kearney's prosecutor. Mr. Novak sought to formally withdraw 1 day after the defense motions to dismiss alleging pervasive prosecutorial misconduct were filed. Yeah. They had this other guy, Novak, who did the indictment against me on February 22nd, 2024. He also did my arraignment on February 23rd, 2024, the day I got out of jail. He's technically on the case. I think they paid him like 20 grand. And he's like, he just read the mega motion and he's like, yeah, I'm out. I'm out of here. This is fuck this shit. I'm out. He just said, no, thank you. On March 2024, DA Morrissey engaged Mr. Cosgrove to assist Mr. Mello. Yeah, it turned into a little more than assisting with legal analysis and motion work. Yeah, that has quickly turned into, yeah, you're doing everything, 𝗁𝗂𝗄𝗁. They brought 𝗁𝗂𝗄𝗁 out of retirement. They're like, hey, can you like kind of keep an eye on it? This guy's a little absent-minded. Maybe keep an eye on him a little bit, help him out a little bit. And then he got on the job and it's like, yeah, so you have to do like all the work. And then there's a thing called a Bederow letter, and good luck with that, my dude. So you have like a lot of work to do, 𝗁𝗂𝗄𝗁. And 𝗁𝗂𝗄𝗁 really thought that he was going to get me. He said that he was shocked that I was not convicted for the fake violation of the restraining order trial that we had in June during the 𝗺cie guy's testimony. Yeah, it didn't work out the way he thought it was going to work out. But anyway, I digress. In June 2025, Miss Reed was acquitted of all charges related to the death of John O'Keefe. A few months later, she sued several witnesses against Mr. Kearney for conspiring to violate. Mr. 𝗄𝗄𝗺. In September 2025, Cosgrove voluntarily withdrew from the 2024 indictment with Lindsay Kearney, citing an ethical conflict with Ms. Kearney after she sued him and 𝗃𝗁𝗃 for intentionally violating her rights during their investigation of Mr. Kearney. Now, to be clear, this is not like, I guarantee they're going to be like, this is a plot. Oh, she was the one that, oh shit, this is all a plan. Let me be very clear. Okay. First about all this shit, all these people talking about, they love to spread rumors. Okay. I had nothing to do with this. Okay. I don't control Lindsay Kearney. In case you haven't figured out from her, she does whatever she wants. Okay. I think that's pretty obvious by now. And so I did not see this coming. Okay. I sued her because I was defamed. And as part of her countersuit, she sued not only me, but all of these other people, including Cosgrove and 𝗃𝗁𝗃. And quite frankly, her beef with 𝗃𝗁𝗃 is legitimate because 𝗃𝗁𝗃 literally took her phone extraction, gave the entire thing to me, like completely unredacted, all of it. But not before he manually deleted all of his messages with her so that they would not show up in the extraction report, and some of 𝗃𝗃's messages with her in which they started talking about him. To me, that's a pretty legitimate complaint for her to have. All right. Now, I didn't mind it. We got the whole phone extraction. And we got proof that he deleted it. And so now she's corroborating what we already knew, right? That they deleted stuff from her phone. They deleted evidence, man. That's a huge deal. She should sue, right? Now, I didn't tell her to sue. I hadn't talked to her. I hadn't talked to her since I went to jail. All right. But after she sued him, we realized that, oh, they have to drop the charges because she's suing the prosecutor because they just handed over the phone extraction, whatever. And so, yeah, so that's her own separate thing. Like they did her wrong. Like maybe, I mean, have you met her? Like, hello, I could have told you she's a little bit unpredictable. Okay. So like they told her that, like, look it, you're going to be a witness for us. We're going to turn you into a witness here. And he's never going to be able to say your name. You know, that's the way they told him to. Oh, don't worry. You can just come over here and you'll be safe with us. Just give us your phone. We're just going to take your phone and, oh, don't worry. He's not going to get anything bad. We're just going to put him in jail. And he'll never be able to say your name again. We'll get an order for you. And he'll never be able to say your name again. Well, that was untrue. Because obviously I could say her name till the cows came home. I said her name so often she won Ratchet Menace. Okay? And so that was a lie. They lied to her that I would not be able to do anything to her. Right? That was a lie. And so she realizes, fuck. I hitched my wagon to the wrong train here, right? Like these motherfuckers lied to me. Like turns out he can say my name, right? It's like, I could have told you that. And I could tell you, it's like, you might have heard her on the Ray from Dallas program. She's unpredictable. And so now she's their problem. She used to be my problem. Now she's their problem. All right. And I did not plan any of this, but like, she's a bit unpredictable. Okay. And like, they did fuck her over. To me, her complaints are legitimate when it comes to like the phone and lying to her and all that shit. And bro, they just gave me the phone. They just gave it to me. They just gave me the whole fucking phone with no strings attached. As soon as I got out, I could give it to 1 million people, and I did, and it's out there forever. People have her whole fucking phone now. It's on the internet forever. Like, what the fuck? That's wild. To me, that's fucking wild. So she sued them, and, you know, as a result, they're like, okay, fine, we're going to drop the indictment against you. But we're like, whoa. Why stop there? You guys made her a witness in the McAlbert case. Why were you talking to her in the first place if she wasn't a witness, right? What was she a witness in? When you were speaking to her on December 14th, there were no charges against her on December 14th, 2023. So what was she a witness for? What were you interviewing her for? You know? Got to be the Canton case. Okay. Yeah, she's as loyal as the last person who pissed her off. Exactly. It's just like, and people are like, oh, well, enough of this whole shit about like, is he dating her again? Is he fucking her? Stop it. It's not, guys, grow up. All right. Not everything is sexual. This all worked itself out. And it's like, if she wants to help out with the case, it doesn't mean I'm fucking her. Okay. Can we grow up, please? I know some people have put this rumor out there. It's completely untrue. Stop it. All right. And if she wants to help out, whatever her motivations are, we'll fucking take it. And some people are getting a little ahead of themselves. Like, oh, you guys should stop it. Stop it. Don't be ridiculous. Okay. Some people don't like the idea of her helping out. And they're telling me how I should feel. I should like not want her to help out because she put me in jail, they'll say, and blah, blah, blah. I'm the one that gets to decide that, not you. Okay. I'm the one that gets to have my own separate feelings and whatever. Okay. And I process that the way I want to process that. Okay. Nobody else's business. That's it. Nobody else's business. And this is a false rumor that was put out there because certain people didn't like the idea of her helping us out. That's all this was. And so they're going to try to dirty her up and say, oh, this is just, they were just sleeping together the whole time. This was the whole plan. That's what they're putting out there. Certain people were jealous, okay, that this person was getting praise from other people. And you know what I mean? That were people in the chat were being like, hey, oh, good job. Good for you. And that made some people mad. Okay. And so they're like, well, he's fucking her. They start throwing that out there. Right? Why? Like, why? Because I've done it before. It's just fucking, it's like a magnet. It just goes right back. No. Stop it. Stop it. My life is on the line here. Okay. And as you're going to see, she has useful information. Okay. And it's not just hearsay, right? It's not just hearsay, which she's given us. She's got receipts for shit, right? And whatever. Okay. Whatever. So that's I process that how I'm the only one, because if I can deal with it, then you can deal with it. Okay. And like, it's just stop it. I can't stand how people mention that. Like, oh, are you fucking her? Like, stop it. Stop it, bro. It's immature. It's ridiculous. In case you haven't figured it out, she was not here on New Year's Eve. Okay. Someone else was, and it's okay. Everything's going to be fine. Everything's good. Everything's business-like. We're good. All right. Anyway, back to this. Yeah, Dr. Boomerang Dick. I know, seriously. So it goes on to say, in June of 2025, Miss Reed was acquitted of all charges related to the death of John O'Keefe. A few months later, Miss Reed sued several witnesses against Mr. Kearney for conspiring to violate her civil rights, including D.L. Tully, 𝗼𝗂𝗆, Proctor, Jen McCabe, Matt McCabe, and Brian Albert. Some of these witnesses and defendants have threatened to sue Miss Reed and Mr. Kearney, but have not done so. And I thought that was interesting because remember when like Krusty and them got all excited? They're like, oh, they're suing. Remember that? I feel like that was a couple of months ago. You know, Aidan's personal life is no longer public information. Exactly. Like, so like I would not, that's one thing, a lesson I've learned from this whole thing, right? Is that like my private life does not need to be public. Like you don't need to know who I'm dating. You don't need to know if I'm dating anyone. You don't need to know any of that shit. Nobody needs to know about that. Nobody's business. Right. And, honestly, like if I were to date someone, right, or something, it would be somebody you never heard of. And it would be somebody that like is not going to be content or like doesn't have like a strong social media presence or anything like that. Like that's what I like. I like low key. I don't want somebody that like knows everything about Turtleboy world. You know what I mean? I don't trust that. I've learned my lesson. Like I want somebody that doesn't know that much. You know what I mean? It'd be better that way. So they don't want to know. Exactly. You don't need to, nobody needs to know, nobody needs to know. I like it that way, but people will try, people will try. And like, you know, I've seen it already. Like people, like I was at the Patriots game and she came up like briefly, like for like half a split second, and the trolls all pause it and they try to figure out who it is. Then they make fucking burner accounts and shit like that. And they try to put it like, you know, they've like tried to like put their name out there and shit. Like, why, bro? Why? What do you care? How empty is your life? Like, no, ain't nobody hurting you. I could understand if it was somebody who was like in the game, you know, like everybody know, like MO was in the game, you know, she put herself out there, you know, participated in protests, did all that shit, you know, except like, for instance, if I like, so that's my internet girlfriend. That's not like my real girlfriend, internet, stupid April. She is my real girlfriend. She's like my internet girlfriend though. Like if I like stupid April, I would say is like in the game because she goes on the chat rats and she puts herself out there and shit like that. So like if she put herself out there and like not everybody knows she's my internet girlfriend and people came after her like that, they'd be like, well, you know, she put herself out there. So they would, you know, do that. But like if it's somebody who's not in the game and just leaving, it's just like I have a right to fucking do, you know what I mean? Anyway, I'm getting all off here, but you get there's in the game and there's not in the game, if that makes sense. All right, back to this. What's a chat rat? That's a great question. It's like somebody likes to talk about Turtleboy, like the good Turtleboy supporter who likes to talk about all things in this Turtleboy world and just likes to chat it up, you know, the chat rats. That's it. Anyway, back to this. All right. If the court permits Mr. Cosgrove to remain in this case, he will be prosecuting a high-profile matter of public concern, alleging that Mr. Kearney intimidated witnesses while he reported on a case against a woman who was acquitted after 2 high-profile trials. All right. That I advocated for a woman who's been acquitted. And it says here, the footnote, Matt McCabe, Brian Albert, Chris Albert, Colin Albert, Julie Nagel, and Mr. Proctor did not testify at Miss Reed's trial. Elizabeth Proctor did not testify at either of the Reed's trials. I don't even know why I'm still charged with Elizabeth Proctor, because she was the family member of a witness who is no longer a witness at all. So I don't even understand why she's still on it, but whatever. And that's an important distinction to point out here, is that like all these people I'm charged with, these witnesses I'm charged with intimidating, apparently they weren't important enough witnesses for Hank Brennan to call to the stand because their stories are so bad. Hank Brennan recognized that these people's stories are not believable. I do not want to put these people on the stand. Think about that. He didn't call any of them. Any of them. That's crazy. Trial could have been a lot longer. Anyway, so he look at this whole friggin' list here of Cosgrove's going to be doing the case under the following circumstances. He has been sued for intentional misconduct by Ms. Kearney, who previously testified for the prosecution, but is now a likely defense witness. A likely defense witness. Holy irony. Never in a million years, guys, did I think that that Grant Smith Ellis would be saying I'm innocent, and the Grant Smith Ellis parody account run by that fat fuck, what's his name, Matt Keogh, who like it was a fanboy who sat in a chair for me overnight, right? And now shares crusty stuff. Okay. Like the Grant Smith Ellis parody count is like a crusty fan now. How the fuck did that happen? Like the real Grant Smith Ellis is out here saying nice things about me and saying I'm innocent. And the Grant Smith Ellis parody account retweets crusty now all day. Make that make sense. So there we go. All right, back to this. 𝗫𝗏𝗃 has been sued by Miss Gatuni for intentional for intentional misconduct and is Mr. Cosgrove's co-defendant. So she's also been sued. Tully has been sued by Miss Reed for violating her civil rights. Tully has been disciplined for his misconduct in the Reed case. Okay. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 has been sued by Miss Reed for violating her civil rights. 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃 was disciplined for his failure to supervise Proctor in the Reed case. Sergeant 𝗃𝗏𝗃𝗃's documented actual bias in favor of the McCabe's and Alberts against Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed will be exposed to the jury through all his Facebook posts. Proctor has been sued by Miss Reed for violating her rights. Proctor authored text disparaging Mr. Kearney and revealing his investigative bias during the state police investigation. Proctor's repulsive text messages about Miss Reed contributed to his termination. Proctor's electronic communications have jeopardized numerous other cases and made him the national poster child for police misconduct. 3 key civilian witnesses against Mr. Kearney, the McCabes and Brian Albert, have been sued by Miss Reed for conspiracy to violate her civil rights. Like, hello. This is why the cases being tied together are so important and helpful. This is why we are all the people out there. They don't realize, like, my case is helpful to Karen Reed and vice versa. Me putting these people on the stand is something that her defense, her lawyers are going to keep a real good eye on. We would be foolish not to work together. Foolish. All right. And like, because think about it. She's suing the McCabes and Brian Albert for lying on her. So she is taking the same position that I did when I asked these people questions, didn't I? It's the same position that these people are lying. She's suing them because they're lying. They lied. I asked them questions because they were lying. That's it. Is Gatuni considered a slight against her? I thought it was a joke. It was a joke, but you know what? Honestly, she didn't like it, and whatever. Like, to me, I view this as, if I'm going to work collaborative, like if somebody is going to, help my case out, then if they want to be called something, I'm going to call them what they want to be called. Period. That's it. So, I thought Gatuni was this, I thought it was a funny thing, but it is what it is, right? I'll call her Gatani. That's what she wants to be called. Whatever. Doesn't matter to me. Kazi can say whatever he wants. Miss Gatani's testimony will undermine the credibility of Tully and Miss McCabe, which will subject her to cross-examination by Cosgrove, and then likely result in Cosgrove attacking the credibility of his civil accuser. Exactly. This is, let's see. This is the landscaper facing the court as it considers whether the public's confidence and integrity in this matter will be further eroded by allowing him to prosecute Mr. Kearney, notwithstanding Ms. Catani's formal accusations against him. Argument. Put simply, as related to Mr. Kearney, Mr. Cosgrove is the Commonwealth. As a consequence of the above described conflicts and scandals plaguing the prosecution of Mr. Kearney, the Commonwealth's last remaining prosecutor is one who already recused himself from another case due to his conflict. Yeah. Yeah. The Commonwealth figured it. Sorry. Flushed with them. Due to his conflict with Miss Gatani. The undesirable reality that Cosgrove's disqualification will leave this case stateless is the Commonwealth's problem. It may raise some difficult questions about the prosecution of Mr. Kearney, but it should not factor into his fitness to remain on the case. Exactly. It's not your problem, 𝗁𝗂𝗄𝗃, you know? Mr. Cosgrove is prosecuting Mr. Kearney in a 2025 witness intimidation indictment in which Chris Albert and Colin Albert alleged they were emotionally harmed by reviewing video of Mr. Kearney clowning around as he looked into a video camera outside of Chris Albert's pizza shop. Cosgrove stated his preference to withdraw from the matter if the court disqualified him from the 2023 case. Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 is unlikely to be a witness in the 2025. Like, we have no issue with the 2025 case. We're not, whatever. If you want to go forward with that, let's fuck. I'm not, whatever. You want to bring window intimidation to trial? Let's fucking go. Let's go. You know? Like, I'm down. So she's unlikely to be a witness. Thus, the defense has not sought to disqualify him from that matter. This begs the question, why is Mr. Cosgrove interested in remaining on the 2023 case, but willing to abandon the 2025 case? How does that make sense? When he said that in court, it's almost as if they're like, yeah, that one's a joke. We don't really give a shit about that one. Yeah, we did a whole grand jury, but like, whatever. No, they need to keep going forward with this other one for whatever reason. We don't know why. I mean, I would just quit. I'd be like, we already took the L, June 18th, 2025. But nope, they want some more so they can get some. A further consequence of Mr. Cosgrove being the only prosecutor on this case is that the Commonwealth's response was drafted by a conflicted prosecutor rather than one with a personal interest in seeing Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃 discredited. Not surprisingly, the tone and substance of his response illustrates the conflict between him and Ms. 𝗃𝗃𝗃. Exactly. The way he spoke about her in his response was wild. It sounds familiar because it's the way that we used to talk about her, right? Like, it's like all, and keep in mind, this guy vouched for her for so long. He's like, oh yeah, she's, you know, bro, you called her as a witness all the time against me. She was your witness in the trial when Paul O'Keefe and fucking Kate Peter brought her to court to protect Jennifer McCabe from being questioned by me. They used her as a shield. And I caught a charge that day. They knew I was going to be there. It was all part of the fucking plan. And whatever. And so, like, she was good enough then to be their witness, right? And now all of a sudden he's writing his reply and he's trashing on her. Like, bro, that's now now he's getting it. It's like, you're only doing this to her because she's suing you. That's it. If she wasn't suing you, you wouldn't be talking about her like this, would you? Period. Now that she's, you know, telling the truth, that's when you have a problem with her. They liked it when she was saying what they wanted to say. They liked that version of 𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃. They don't like the new version of 𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃 where she speaks truth to power. They don't like the valid truth journey version of 𝗁𝗁𝗃𝗃𝗃. They don't like that one. And they're smearing her because that's what they do around here when you start telling the truth. Okay? When you start telling the truth around here, they get mad about that. They don't like that. They don't like the truth. Okay? They like lies. They like lies. And I don't know where I don't know where I stand with Nan. As you guys know, I have never said a bad word about Nan Gallagher. Have you ever heard me say that? Never. I don't do that. I treat people as they treat me. Nan, to my knowledge, has never spoken ill of me. I've never seen it happen. Other people have conflicts with her who are in my orbit, right? But that's their beef. Okay? Nan didn't do anything to me. So, but she was there on March 4th. Or no, was that 4th? Yeah, March 4th, the night of March 4th. She was there the night of the window intimidation, and she was filming it. Right? She witnessed the whole thing. So did Meredith. They're both there. So, I mean, I don't know how that's going to work now, but they were both there that night. So was Mazza. Mazza Media was there, right? So I don't know how that works. I don't like working for it. Again, I don't want to know. Okay. I sent her a text yesterday. I didn't get a response, but maybe she's just taking her time. I don't know. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever. Anyway, back to this. All right. Before Ms. Kearney accused him of intentional misconduct, Mr. Cosgrove successfully fought to prevent the public release of embarrassing and private details from her personal life by seeking broad impoundment and protective orders. Exactly. Like he went out of his way to be like, you can't look through her phone. You got to give the phone back. Remember we had to give the phone back? I mean, sure. Okay, sure. Here's our copy of the phone. I already gave it to 1 million fucking people, but okay. Here, I guess this makes you feel better. His view apparently changed once Ms. Kearney sued him. In his response, he publicly regurgitated what he previously condemned Mr. Kearney for widely disseminating about Ms. Kearney. Like, again, they like shut down our whole thing. You know what I mean? They shut down our whole time out. Let me think here. In his response, he publicly regurgitated what he previously. Yeah. So he used to get so mad and like file things if I mentioned something that was like potentially in the phone. I remember I mentioned the DoorDash thing on a show one time, and like they wanted like sanctions, or I don't even know what the fuck they wanted. Throw me back in jail. I don't even fucking know. And then he writes his response and he's like talking all about what's in her phone. Like, what? Did he mention nudes or something? Like he mentioned us sexting. Like, okay, 𝗁𝗂𝗆𝗄𝗎, I know that's the most excitement you've seen in quite some time. I get it. There was a lot of sexting. I get it. Big sexter myself. All right. Just relax there, 𝗁𝗂𝗆𝗄𝗎. Okay. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Take you a little too much Viagra with your dinner there. Relax. Okay. Goes on to say, even worse, in his response, the prosecutor being sued by Ms. Kearney muses aloud whether she might be prosecuted for perjury if she testifies as a defense witness at trial. His implication that Ms. Kearney's anticipated U-turn testimony may expose herself to legal peril serves as a public warning to Ms. Kearney that she should not testify at Mr. Kearney's trial. I'm so glad he put that in there. In an ordinary situation, a prosecutor might express concern because he said, like, that was, to me, was the biggest thing in there, was when he put in there that that she could be tried for perjury if she changes her testimony. Like, what? That was like a warning sign. Like, you better not testify on his behalf. All of a sudden you care about that? What if, like, I mean, that's why you wonder why none of the McAlberts wanted to tell the truth. Because what would happen if they did? They'd probably they'd threaten to charge him with perjury if they did. You know? So it says, in an ordinary situation, a prosecutor might express concern about a witness's possible criminal exposure. But the dynamic between Ms. Kearney and Mr. Cosgrove is far from ordinary. Cosgrove had no such concern for Ms. Kearney's welfare when he called her as a prosecution witness against Mr. Kearney at a district court trial after the defense brought information to the Commonwealth's attention that Ms. Kearney would expose herself to possible perjury charges if she testified as anticipated. Now that Ms. Kearney's interests are adverse to his own, Cosgrove has publicly expressed concern that she might perjure herself if she testifies. And let's be honest, he was like slut shaming her. And like he mentioned that she was a single mom. What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Why is he, who cares? What does that have to do with anything? A lot of people are single moms. Okay. The fuck does that have, like, You guys were all, that was great before. Why even mention that? Why would you even mention that? What does that have to do with anything? You know? Yeah, you guys were real concerned about her committing perjury. Yeah, right. You guys were so concerned about that before. I mean, that was a threat. That's what that was. Left unanswered and emblematic to the conflict that compels his disqualification is whether Mr. Cosgrove is expressing his personal opinion about her credibility and criminal exposure in the event her testimony favors Mr. Kearney, or whether he speaks for the public as a representative of the Commonwealth. Like, which is it? Because he's supposed to represent B. Everything he says and does as a prosecutor is supposed to be as a spokesperson for and a representative for the Commonwealth, working for the people. That's what he's supposed to be. But we can no longer assume that moving forward because he's being sued by her. Of course, this wouldn't be an open question if the Commonwealth had the wherewithal to have its response to a disqualification motion drafted by someone other than the prosecutor who is the subject of the application and whose response includes his personal opinion that the witness suing him likely will perjure herself if she testifies at trial. Like, him even responding to this is inappropriate. When you think about it, like, bro, she's suing you. Like, you're biased. Like, maybe someone else should give an opinion on this. But, oh yeah, you don't have anyone else, do you? Either way, the conflict is undeniable. Cosgrove personally benefits in the civil case by discrediting Ms. Kearney in the criminal case, which means his continued participation in this matter will lessen the public's confidence in the integrity of the prosecution. Exactly. He has won because he is being sued. His singular goal is to discredit her. But his singular goal as a prosecutor is not to discredit her. It may be, but that is not his duty. That is not what he's hired to do. He is to seek justice. But now he has a different motive. Nor should the irony of Mr. Cosgrove's comments about Ms. Kearney's credibility be lost in the court. A civil defendant and prosecutor with a clear personal motive to discredit his accuser and or prevent her from testifying. I like that. Prevent her from testifying. That's what he's really trying to do. Issued her a public perjury warning in a case in where he will argue to the jury that Mr. Kearney attempted to intimidate the witnesses by, among other things, urging them to tell the truth. Holy irony. He said it was witness intimidation when I urged these people to tell the truth. And now he's like, well, if you tell the truth, we're going to charge you with perjury. Basically what he's saying. So the Seahawks are going to win. They're going to be the 1 seed and win the NFC West, huh? Good for them. Good for them. All right, back to this. Given the Commonwealth's broad interpretation of the intent and emotional injury elements of witness intimidation, who knows if Ms. Kearney, a witness against Mr. Cosgrove, will allege that public statements by a powerful prosecutor, defendant warning her about criminal exposure, if she testifies, constitutes witness intimidation of her by the adverse party in her lawsuit. That's such a good fucking point. But of course, the police aren't going to do anything about that because they're corrupt and they don't work for her anymore. They used to when she was on their side, but they don't work for her anymore. So, you know, there it is. Like, that's like, what else is there to say? You know, I mean, they're literally intimidating her. Like, this is the same shit, but he's trying to scare her and cause her emotional harm. And that's clearly his goal here. He does not want her working with me. I mean, working with me, like telling the truth. That's all she's doing. She's not like she's not part of my defense team. We don't strategize with her. Like, but if she has information, we will accept that information. That's it. And and guess what? I'm happy. Like, whatever. Grant, it's a big tent. Okay. It's a big tent. Everyone's welcome. All right. It's fucked up. It's fucked. I mean, this whole thing's a mind fuck. You know, I mean, what a story I'm going to have at the end of this shit. Like, holy shit, the ups and downs of this. But, you know, if I can find a way to, you know, work with her, right? Then Karen Reed and I can find a way to work together too, can we? Right? I mean, that's the bottom line. People get over shit. All right. Next. The case against Mr. Kearney is a high-profile matter of public concern, which raises serious issues regarding the intersection of protected speech and alleged witness intimidation. Mr. Kearney and the public are entitled to a conflict-free, unbiased proceeding in which he and the public have confidence. Exactly. This is what is in the public's concern. We are entitled to a conflict-free, unbiased proceeding in which he and the public have confidence. Okay? That's what you are entitled to as the public. But you're not getting that now. This case cannot credibly proceed in its current posture. Cosgrove's personal interest in discrediting her conflicts with Mr. Kearney's and the Commonwealth's and the public's interest in fair and just legal proceedings and compels his disqualification for the exact reason Cosgrove voluntarily withdrew from the 2024 indictment. It is fundamentally unfair to permit a DA to prosecute a case where he has a personal interest, which prevents the district attorney from serving. So this is all the case law for this. Tons of case law. U.S. versus Health, Commonwealth versus Dunlap. In such circumstances, a conflict arises because the prosecutor, as a representative of the public, must seek justice to protect the innocent as well as convict the guilty. And prosecution by a civil defendant may deny the impartial exercise of a prosecutor's discretion. Notwithstanding his personal interest in discrediting her due to her allegations of misconduct, Cosgrove reasons that the same conflict that led him to withdraw from the 24 indictment does not require his disqualification here because remember, so this is his big excuse about why he doesn't have to disqualify himself on this one. Number one, Gatani is not a necessary Commonwealth witness. And number two, any testimony she might provide is not relevant. He is wrong. A defendant has a constitutional right to attack a witness's credibility by establishing that witness's bias and motive to falsely accuse him. So he's wrong. I have a constitutional right to attack a witness's credibility by establishing that witness's bias and motive. This is him. He's the defendant, though, to falsely accuse him. This includes revealing possible biases, prejudices, or ulterior motives of the witness as they may relate directly to issues and personalities in the case at hand. Assuming arguendo that Mr. Cosgrove does not call Ms. Gatani as a witness and that her testimony would not be relevant to the substance of the indicted charges. It doesn't matter. Ms. Gatani's testimony will undermine the credibility of key prosecution witnesses, 𝗃𝗏, McCabe, and others. So it doesn't matter if he thinks that he's not going to call her or anything like that. Doesn't matter. The fact of the matter is that her testimony will undermine his witness's testimony. And his job is to seek truth and justice. And so if she's saying something and it's true and she's got receipts for it, his job is to seek truth and justice. But when he's being sued by her, that clouds his judgment. So he's not going to act as a prosecutor normally would. Period. You know? Next. All right, hold on. Where were we? In addition to being examined about issues that adversely impact Ms. McCabe's credibility and Tully's possible tampering with her cell phone, Ms. Kearney may be questioned about separate civil allegations pending against Tully and in 2 lawsuits. In any scenario in which Mr. Cosgrove examines these witnesses and or comments on their credibility, fundamental fairness requires that the jury be made aware that the prosecutor addressing it has a personal interest in discrediting her, Ms. Kearney, and crediting those whose credibility is damaged by Ms. Kearney. Exactly. Like a jury has a right to know. Like if Hank Brennan was being sued by 𝗲𝗏, you know what I mean? It would be like that. He would have a conflict too. If Hank Brennan was, or 𝗫𝗏𝗆 𝗧𝗏, like let's suppose a guy like 𝗫𝗏𝗧𝗏 happened to be suing Hank Brennan for something different, and they were in the middle of a lawsuit. Hank Brennan could not be the prosecutor because Hank Brennan would be trying to discredit 𝗫𝗏𝗧𝗏 purely because 𝗫𝗏𝗧𝗏 is suing him. If Nicholas Barros was suing Hank Brennan, see what I'm saying? Yeah, he did lay it out so well. Exactly. Like you are being, it doesn't matter if you planned on calling her. The fact of the matter is that we're going to have to explain to a jury that like you're biased, dude. You're just trying to smear this witness and dirty this witness up because she's suing you. And you don't even give a shit about this case. You're thinking about your other case. And that's why you're treating her like this. Because if she comes across as credible, that's problematic for you in your personal lawsuit. So you gotta go, bro. I mean, this is why Bederow is worth every penny. And this is why they're trying so hard to like drive a wedge. Certain people are like trying extra hard to like make, to upset him, right? It's fucked up. And it's like at the, when we were at the 𝗬𝗏𝗶 show and he got on stage and he's like, can you just leave me alone for like 24 hours? He said. Everybody laughed. Everybody laughed. And it's like, I just want to be a lawyer. Can I just be a lawyer? Exactly. Just leave my lawyers alone. Anyway, back to this. Sniffles, Daddy. I know. I got the sniffles. I apologize. This probably sounds horrible, but what are you going to do? All right. But such a scenario would expose the jury to Mr. Cosgrove's conflict of interest, which means that the proper remedy is to ensure that another disinterested prosecutor conduct these examinations. Exactly. It is axiomatic that an individual prosecutor cannot prosecute a case in which his personal interests differ from those of the Commonwealth. Where there is a significant risk that an individual prosecutor's representation of the Commonwealth in a specific matter will be materially limited by the lawyer's personal interest, the prosecutor shall not represent the Commonwealth in this case. See Massachusetts Rules of Professional Conduct. Exactly. Here, Cosgrove's personal interest in seeing Ms. Kearney discredited differs from the Commonwealth's interest, which in every case is to see justice is done. That's the Commonwealth's interest. Commonwealth versus Woodward. The DA properly has only the master, the people of the Commonwealth. His duty is to seek justice. Okay? His duty is to seek justice. Period. In accordance with its obligation to see that justice is done, it is in the Commonwealth's interest to investigate allegations that may adversely impact the credibility of its witnesses, even if the results may favor Mr. Kearney. Exactly. It is therefore incumbent that the Commonwealth fully vet Ms. Kearney's claims regarding the credibility of 𝗫𝗏𝗆 Tully, Ms. McCabe, and crusty panties, quite frankly. Crusty. Ms. Kearney has alleged that she was pressured to cooperate by Ms. McCabe. That's a big, what do we have there? What's the link to that? Let me get out of this. Opening Google Chrome. What comes up there? Oh, dude, this is awesome. I love the hyperlinks. Look at this. Check this out. Bro, we got her like she started doing the grifting thing. I call it grifting, but
I was driving to the Polar Express with my kids, had my speakerphone on talking to Kate, didn't know that she was on speaker or was with anybody. And all of a sudden she says, "Oh, I'm with Jen McCabe." And Jen McCabe just hops on the phone. And I don't know. I mean, I don't know what to say to this person. Like, I've never met her. I just said, "Oh, I'm so sorry for everything that you've been going through, you know." And she says to me, just like this has been said before, "If you were really sorry, you would testify before the grand jury." Excuse me, bitch. Yes, I did say that
hold on.
my house
Hold on. I got
rubbed me absolutely the wrong way. Like, first of all, I have nothing to be sorry for. I never participated in any protests. I never participated.
I could play this part. This is funny. This is fucking funny. Because first of all, she did tell me the same story on Christmas Eve when I was there. Like when she had been talking to them for like a week and a half. And I knew, have you seen her before? Have you've seen her? You know how she is. Like, she doesn't like being pushed around. Okay. And so like, she goes, this trial is going to be amazing. I know. Imagine her on the stand. That's crazy. But like, she doesn't like people like Jen McCabe. Okay. I knew that they were going to conflict. Jen McCabe is a prissy princess, white bitch from Canton. Okay. White bread city. 𝗫𝗏𝗄𝗃 Gatani is a little more rugged. Okay. They were going to conflict eventually. And she was, remember, the only reason she went to them is she was mad. Because when she gets in a mood, she gets in a mood. Okay. And they took advantage of that. They realized that. They're like, okay, we got somebody, she's in a mood here. We can use this to our advantage. Okay. But they didn't trust her at first. Because would you trust her if you were Jen McCabe at first? Like, again, we have their messages. I've seen them. They're like, she did the unthinkable. She banged Turtleboy. Okay. So for them, that was like, you know, would you trust her if you were them? Like, what if she's spying? What if she's like doing some, you know what I mean? They were probably hesitant. Like, they're like, we could have a gold mine here, or she could be fucking us over. So Jen McCabe told her when first time they talked, she was like, okay, you need to testify. And this was her response to that.
She says to me, just like this is said before.
This is my favorite.
If you were really sorry, you would testify before the grand jury. Excuse me, bitch. I can't. Excuse me, bitch. And I used to, you know, when she was with them, I would always be like, that's one thing I would always rub in her face. Was like, bitch, you did what Jennifer McCabe told you to do. You know what I mean? Like, because I knew that pissed her off. But you have to simp for Jennifer McCabe. And I know you fucking, I know you want to get revenge on me or whatever. I get it. Right. But at the end of the day, you're Jennifer McCabe's bitch, you know, and that's something I said a lot on there. And that, you know, that pissed her off. Cause she's like conflicted. She's like, she's pissed at me, wants to take it out of me. I'm over here talking shit about her, doing all this shit, calling her fake victim, all that stuff, you know, and, you know, exposing her and all this stuff, putting her in ratchet madness, all that stuff. And so she's mad at me. But she also can't stand Jennifer McCabe. Jennifer McCabe's like, if you want to make things right, you're going to testify before the grand jury. Excuse me, bitch? One more time. That's too good. That was too good. This is too good.
She says to me, just like this has been said before, if you were really sorry, you would testify before the grand jury. Excuse me, bitch. You would testify before the grand jury. Excuse me, bitch. Jury. Excuse me, bitch. Excuse me, bitch. Excuse me, bitch.
Excuse me. This is an actual court document. This is an actual court document. I mean, this is her testimony, right? That's a pretty strong allegation that they told her, you need to testify before the grand jury if you want to make things right with us. You want to be in with the cool kids. You better testify before the grand jury and say what we want you to say. Excuse me, bitch. Because the way she's looking at it, and she's like, I would have done that I was going to do that anyway. That's basically what she's saying is I was going to do that anyway. Don't tell me what to say, bitch. I will say what I want to say. I will fucking tell the grand jury what I want to tell the grand jury about him because I'm mad at him. Bitch, I don't need you telling me what to say to the grand jury. I'm going to say what I want to say. But like they clearly pressured her to do this. Like you want to get our protection? You know, you want this, then come on. And you're going to find out some more stuff about Jennifer McCabe and how she used this individual in the coming weeks, I think. So stay tuned. All right. But this is, and it's funny. This is Substack. This is the grift. Remember she made it $12 a month. You got to watch her fucking spill the tea about Jennifer McCabe and shit. And now it's, I don't know if we have to pay to use this in a court document, but is what it is. That was funny. Excuse me, bitch. Like the judge is going to click on that and watch it. And he's gonna be like, what the fuck did I just sign up for? What happened here? So he goes on to say, she has asserted that Miss McCabe has she has claimed that Miss McCabe provided benefits to 𝗃𝗄𝗆. What happens when I click on that? Yes, I've seen that one. Okay. She has asserted that Miss McCabe has voodoo dolls of Mr. Kearney and Miss Reed. Okay. She was told by Catherine Peter that Miss McCabe was worried about the disclosure of text messages between her and Kerry Roberts, which revealed that a few days after John O'Keefe's death, they discussed who would play them in a movie. And now I guess, so this can all come out now because, as you guys may have seen, you know, I trusted my ex-girlfriend with a lot of things that I shouldn't have, apparently. Like, because, I mean, it's a tricky situation. She really helped with my defense. Like every day we talked about my case all the time. It's like I wasn't married to her, but like, it was like, you know what I mean? I trusted her like I did, you know? So I gave her shit, grand jury shit. You know what I mean? Like she wanted to help out with the case. Like it was such a trust that like, I didn't even think twice about it. It was like, I will never be betrayed by this person ever. I didn't even think for 1 second this would come back to bite me because I trusted her so much. Right. And like, she wants to help out. Right. She created the Google Drives where we put all of this shit. You know what I mean? And yeah, like I would show her like, and obviously this was a big fucking mistake, you know, screenshots of like, what's going on? You know, oh, this is what we're talking about today. This is the discussion that we're discussing today, you know? And so people are like, well, how are these screenshots getting out there? How's this stuff getting out there? Because I trusted her. You know what I mean? I trusted her. Like I trusted her unconditionally. So it is what it like people like seeing. Are you sharing this with a lot of people? No, no one. Just one person who I trusted unconditionally, bro. So I'm sorry for trusting someone, you know, who I was in a serious fucking relationship with. Like, I'm not just going around giving them to fucking everybody, you know, but that's how this stuff got out there. And the whole shit with Sandra Bullock, That whole thing was so juicy. That was from the Discovery dump. And it was in the Mega Motion, but it was redacted. Well, I gave her an unredacted version of it. Okay? And so she knew, and she has since published it. So I guess the cat's out of the bag now. I guess, and her doing that has gotten Kerry Roberts. First of all, that story was stolen. That was such a good story. I wanted to be the one to break that story. They're like, yo, Kerry Roberts, 3 days after John O'Keefe died, well, she's out here pretending. So, all right, so here's the deal. We got in the Discovery this whole thing about Sandra Bullock, that Kerry Roberts said she wanted Sandra Bullock to play her in the movie, right? And that was fucking wild. We're like, what? Because it's like, this is what she was thinking about. That didn't, the Reed team did not get those in Discovery. You know? So the Reed team did not get those. And so we're like, wow, this is a good, crazy fucking story. If only the public knew about it. And we weren't allowed to tell anyone. So we just sat on this one because that was funny. And Cagney and Lacey, they called themselves. Like, it's crazy. And it just kind of shows that all this bullshit about, like, first of all, what would the movie be about on February 2nd? Man accidentally gets hit by car? That's not a fucking movie. Like, what would the movie be? And that this is what you guys are thinking of, but you care about John so much. Who's going to play you in the movie? Who gives a shit about that? You know? So I knew about that. And Meredith knew about that. Right? And again, I don't even want to talk about Meredith, right? But it's relevant to how this became public, the Sandra Bullock stuff. And so, because this is not supposed to come out, this is impounded. All right. But Lindsay Gattani tweeted out something. Like, is it hyperlinked here? Yeah, here it is. Look at this. This is her tweet. So Lindsay tweets out, I've gotten calls from reporters, quote, I'm lightly involved in the public. Even Netflix wants a bite of this apple. Was that their goal from the beginning? Is that why Kate told me that Jen McCabe was worried about her text messages coming out between her and Kerry Roberts from February 1st, where Jen says a movie would be made about them and Kerry calls dibs on Sandra Bullock playing her character? I mean, Kate lies a lot, so who knows? But I'm sure we'll eventually find out if it's true through civil discovery, right? So she puts this out there. All right. And this is where things get a little bit confusing. All right. Because Meredith knew about the actual text messages because I shared everything with her. Okay. Everything. Because that's what you do with somebody who you trust unconditionally. I've never trusted anyone as much as I've trusted her. Okay. Ever. Because I loved her. All right. And she was there for me during my hardest times. And I could never imagine a world in which she betrayed me. All right. So that's why am I an idiot? Yes, I am a fucking idiot. All right. I trusted somebody that clearly that backfired. All right. And I guess I'll just never trust anyone again. And that's fine. Okay. But so Meredith knows about the existence of these messages. She knows all about them. When she sees Lindsay put this tweet out, what does she think? What goes on in her head? Well, she's thinking Aidan told her this, right? That's what she's thinking, right? That was a bad move. No offense. Yeah, no shit. We can't. It is what it is. Okay. But I don't know.
it's when you're in a serious relationship with somebody, like, what are you going to do? You know, what are you going to do? Anyway, so it says here that, so when she sees Lindsay tweet this out, she assumes that I told her this and immediately probably thinks like that I'm secretly talking to her, right? That she's been replaced. Oh, she's like, this goes into the whole nonsense about, oh, he's sleeping with her, this and that. This is pillow talk. No, she says right here in the tweet, where did she learn this from? She learned it from Kate. That's what she says. She says Kate told her this. All right. And that would make sense because she was on the other side for a long time. And Carrie and Jen have probably read their messages from January 28th to February 2nd a million times. And they've probably been waiting for this fucking this is going to be so humiliating. I guarantee they have reread their messages a million times and they're just waiting for the Sandra Bullock thing to come out. And they've probably talked about it and they've probably told Kate Peter, who tells fucking her everything. And that's how she knows. But Meredith sees this and she's like, Aidan told her this because he's banging her. That's what she tells. That's what she's thinking. But that's not what happened. Okay. And so she's like, really? You know, and feels like, okay, well then I'm just going to release the impounded documents. And she does. So until then, this was just a Lindsay tweet. But when she puts out the impounded documents, now it's out there. And now Kerry Roberts responds to it. Don't say anything. I'm not saying, I mean, this is like, it's all out there anyway, right? So it goes on to say, 𝗵𝗂 𝗃𝗃 will testify that 𝗃𝗏𝗃 intentionally mishandled her cell phone. And by the way, on December 20th, Miss Roberts publicly claimed that she and Miss McCabe joked about Sandra Bullock. Let's go watch that.
Obviously, we had all talked, me and the girls, before about things we wanted to ask you, but there was something we didn't even hit on, and I feel like I don't even want to bring it up. It's so ridiculous. But I mean, but I feel like it makes me so angry when I see these ridiculous, and it's just in the last few days where you don't know what to say, but I'm going to say Sandra Bullock. Oh, and poor Sandra Bullock, by the way. I don't think she has any of this. It really angers me because as someone who I deal with things, which you know, because you do too, and Jen does too, with like humor, right? No matter what, like no matter what happens, my dad died 5 years ago, worst day of my life, still the worst day of my life. I made jokes that day. Like my brother made jokes that day. Like that's what we do, right? And the audacity of these people to take one text, right? 3 days into
Which shouldn't be out in the world,
correct.
By the way.
Correct.
She's right about that.
Issue. That's another whole issue. But
she's right about that.
Traumatic, awful, what I would think would be ever in your life to happen, the most traumatic event that you guys made a light moment, right? For 1 second.
To bring levity to a situation.
It wasn't just us. Right. We were all saying, like, this is going to be a movie. Like, you don't have a brother, a sister, and her husband die within 2 months of each other, and then John died. Like, it wasn't even right.
What would the story be? Just man gets hit by car accidentally, and his sister died 10 years ago. Peg leg is sad about this. Like, what would the story be?
Who did it? Like, there was no blame. It was just, holy shit.
But even like
this is going to be a
normal, like, it doesn't even, like, it's just the audacity of these people to take this and they try as they might, right? It never comes off. Like, it never goes to anyone else except for these weirdos that try to make it into something it's not, you know? But it just really, it just blows my mind, you know, the things that, and if this is all they have, I was saying that, I think maybe I said it to Julie today. If all these people have is stuff like that and made up things, I mean, God help Aidan Kearney in his case and the civil case, because it's not going to be like the criminal trial. I think we all know that. So, you know, if these things are the only things they have, then
well, let me just clear up the Sandra Bullock.
That's where it's coming from, right? It's coming from Aidan Kearney and his.
I couldn't tell you, but I will tell you this: Sandra Bullock And I love her, but she's not tall. Neither am I. She's brunette, as am I. That's as far as it went. And the woman isn't even acting. And I think the joke was, I hope Sandra Bullock comes out of retirement because we might need her. Like, I didn't go, no.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Jen, we had said was Angelina. I don't even remember. We had one for John. We had
Angelina
one for
Jolie.
everybody, and it was one of those like, who are you going to play? You got to remember the 4 days. The day it happened, I didn't eat at the time. I understand. I was lard ass, whatever they called me, whatever it needed to be. But I didn't eat for 4 days. Like I didn't know my name. I logged on to work on Monday, and
all right. So, there you go. So that's, now it's official. Now Kerry Roberts puts it out there. They're like, yeah, I did say that. So it all came out in the end. I mean, it all came out, and I'm just mad because my story. I mean, that was my story to tell, but is what it is. So anyway, back to here. So 𝗵𝗃 will testify that DL Tully intentionally mishandled her cell phone by tampering with and or deleting its contents. Tully will deny this. Cosgrove has accepted Tully's explanation without any further investigation. Clearly, these issues are relevant to Tully's credibility, and the jury should not be ignorant to the fact that the prosecutor addressing it has a personal interest in favoring Tully over Miss 𝗵𝗃 when he was sued by 𝗵𝗃 and is Tully's co-defendant. So yeah, so he's going to favor one of the witnesses over another one. He's biased. As is the case with evidence regarding Miss McCabe's credibility, it is the Commonwealth's interest to determine whether Miss 𝗵𝗃's allegations about Tully are true. All right. But it is in Mr. Cosgrove's personal interest to simply credit Miss McCabe and his co-defendant Tully and to discredit Miss 𝗵𝗃. Moreover, Cosgrove is incapable of acting in the Commonwealth's interest regarding Miss 𝗵𝗃's allegations because he can't directly engage his accuser. In any event, it is hard to fathom why Miss 𝗵𝗃 would agree to speak to Mr. Cosgrove about these issues given their present legal entanglement. Exactly. The bottom line is that any scenario in which Mr. Cosgrove argues in support of Tully's credibility and against Miss 𝗵𝗃's credibility serves his personal interests above all else. There is simply no way around this conflict. As described by the DC Circuit Court of Appeals, Miss 𝗵𝗃's unvetted allegations make it untenable for Mr. Cosgrove to prosecute this case because his personal interest in discrediting her is in conflict with the Commonwealth's interest in seeing that justice is done and leads to the inescapable conclusion that his participation fails to preserve the appearance of impartiality in the proceedings. As previously noted, this appearance of impartiality will be further destroyed by the Norfolk DA's failure to recuse itself. Mr. Proctor's biased and disparaging comments about Mr. Kearney during the investigation and evidence of Buchanan's lack of impartiality, fundraising efforts, and advocacy on behalf of witnesses against Mr. Kearney. The fundraising obligates the Commonwealth under Brady and Rule 14 to investigate and then disclose any evidence that tends to show that McCabe's and Alberts were offered, sought, expected, or received any possible benefits related to his solicitation on their behalf. This includes communications between and among Buchanan and witnesses. Yeah, we're going to need all those now. We're going to need all those. And we're going to need to know how much money was raised as a result of him sharing that 8 times. In these circumstances, it is improper for a prosecutor to participate in a case where a threat to his personal and professional reputation is created by a bona fide civil lawsuit alleging bad faith in the performance of his official duties. This is the exact situation that exists here in light of Miss 𝗵𝗃's allegations against Mr. Cosgrove. Mr. Cosgrove's opinion that her lawsuit will not survive a motion to dismiss doesn't absolve the conflict. He can't, like, yeah, who cares? He's like, oh, it's going to be dismissed anyway. But bitch, it's not now. The conflict is created by her allegations, which, even if not the subject of an active lawsuit, create the risk of reputational and professional damage to Mr. Cosgrove. Exactly. Accordingly, given the need to promote the appearance of justice, a trial court on a timely motion to disqualify a prosecutor from participating, he's done. Okay, so he's out. He needs to be gone. All right. Now, why isn't he resigning? Because they don't have anyone else to do it, which is like, why is that his problem? Why is that his problem? You know, why is that something that he needs to be concerned about? Like, seriously, can anyone explain that? No, you can't. All right. All right, cool. All right. Give me one second. All right, let me read some turtle chats, then we'll get to the Chris Albert stuff, shall we? Whew. He wants this case too much. It's weird. Like, he was so willing to give up the 24 and 25 indictments, but not this one. He's like, no. Not. It's almost like he's been told not to. All right. Richard Adams sends $10, goes, proud of you, Turtleboy. I have 23 days now going to meetings. Okay. Preferred Pronoun sends $5, goes, longtime fan. Some of your funniest monologues come from you talking to your past self with current insight while showing old clips. I do like that. Do you think drama-free Turtleboy could give the old TV some advice? I'd love to see that. You really have brilliant intuition and great comedic timing. Cheers. I never thought I would be like a comedian or an entertainer. I've always been an entertainer of sorts, but I didn't think I'd ever get paid to do it. And I didn't think I'd have this many people that like find me enjoyable and like laugh. Like I'm amazed by that. Like how many people I don't know who watch me and are like fucking find me funny. Like it's crazy, you know? So thank you. It means a lot to me. Thank you, Preferred Pronoun. Jenny sends $10 and goes, please give a shout out to my sister. Hold on. What's this? Oh, God. Please give a shout out to my sister and fellow turtle writer, Kelly. She's struggling right now, but your show always boosts her mood. I'm sorry she's struggling. We love you, Kelly. Your sister of Jenny. I hope I can, help your mood out because I've been down too. You know what I mean? And I get it. And I hope you're feeling better. And laughter is the best medicine, as they say. So there we go. Please tell her she is absolutely amazing and this too shall pass. She will listen to you. It will, for real. For real, Kelly. It will definitely pass. I mean, think of all the shit I'm going through. And that I got to wake up to every day. I mean, you imagine having to deal with my shit. You just got to get up. You just got to keep going. It'll all pass. Just think about where you're going to be a year from now. You'll be good, you know? Next. Kim from Texas says $10 and goes, is Bukkake allowed to be on Twitter while on state police clock? Someone needs to look into this. Most companies shouldn't be on social media while working. Free the daddy. Good question. I'm not sure. Interesting. Bob Brown sends $10 and goes, Turtleboy, make Venezuela great again. It's the Monroe Doctrine. You're a history teacher. Yeah, it is the Monroe Doctrine. Well, the Monroe Doctrine says that it was 1823, and the Monroe Doctrine says that European countries can no longer colonize in the Western Hemisphere. What's yours is yours now. You can hold on to it now, but no more. We didn't want any more Europeans coming over here. We were like, this half of the world, we don't own it, but we are the daddy of this half of the world. Okay. And like, we don't want other daddies coming over here. We're the only daddy over here. All these other countries in this half of the world are children. Okay. Mexico, Canada, Jamaica, Cuba, Venezuela, Argentina, all that. You're a bunch of fucking kids. Okay. We're the daddy country. Now, England, France, Spain, those are all China. Those are all daddy countries too. No more daddies. There's only one daddy over here. Okay. And that's what the Monroe Doctrine said is no more colonizing over here. What's yours is yours. Now, if you own it now, you can keep it, but no more colonizing. So that's not quite what the Monroe Doctrine said there, Bob Brown. However, you're thinking of the Roosevelt corollary to the Monroe Doctrine that Teddy Roosevelt put in place, which basically said that the United States can interfere in Latin American countries whenever the fuck we want to, right? And we did often, you know, in order to create stability in these countries. And that's basically what we did yesterday or today. Was it today? Whenever the fuck it was. Went in there and got Nicolas Maduro's ass and, you know, brought him in. I mean, that's old school. This was like some Teddy Roosevelt shit that happened today with Donald Trump, you know? Now, whether or not you agree with that is a different story. You know, the isolationists of the world are going to be like, whoa, I thought we were like America first. Like, I don't think we go around. America does not go around looking for, you know, monsters to destroy. That's what John Quincy Adams once said. America does not go abroad in search of monsters to destroy. But it's like Latin America. It's like kind of right there. You know what I mean? It's real close to like Aruba and shit. Like, you know, anyway. So that's what they say. I mean, it's a perspective thing. I can see both sides of it. And he's a bad dude. I've heard nothing but bad things about him, to be perfectly clear. Doesn't have a lot of big fans. But neither does Kim Jong-un, right? And I don't think you hear anybody saying that we should go in there and take him out. Because that's not our problem. That can't be our thing. About just going everywhere and being like, well, this country's dictator sucks, so we're going to take him out. Like, you're walking a fine line when you do shit like that, because you're like, well, where do we draw the line? You know, we're just going to go to any country who has a person in charge we don't like. I don't know. Anyway, 𝗵𝗫 𝗺𝗃. Holy shit. God damn, 𝗵𝗫 𝗺𝗃. She just sent $1,000, ladies and gentlemen. $1,000. God damn. I didn't even ask for that. Thank you, 𝗵𝗫 𝗺𝗃. I know you don't get your name in big red lights like other people do, and I get to keep it all too. Unlike the others who give, if you give a $500 donation, then Google keeps 150 of that. But I get to keep the whole fucking thing. That's very generous of you. So thank you, 𝗵𝗫 𝗺𝗃. And says, wipe the floor with these corrupt as fuck pieces of shit. No holds barred. Love you, Turtleboy. God damn, and I will. But that's the kind of money I need, you know? I understand not everybody has that, obviously. That's crazy. But, like, legal defense ain't cheap, man. Especially my legal defense, which is world class. So thank you very much, 𝗵𝗫 𝗺𝗃. MK sends $10, goes, Meredith is conducting a YouTube presentation currently. There are interesting people in the chat, including Elle Woods. Yeah, I don't care about any of that. I mean, I am not paying her any mind whatsoever. Good luck on her valid truth journey. I've said everything I need to say. I don't want any problems with her moving forward. It is a distraction, one of many. And I am solely focused on my legal defense. I wish her the best. You know, and I've always felt that way. You know, it's just like, I just want to move on, you know? I got a lot of shit, man. I got real problems. In 20 days, we have a huge motion, man, a huge motion going on. So, you know, Elle Woods and them too, she's a distraction too. She dropped her order against me. We had a trial scheduled December 18th, and she dropped it, and she said she wasn't scared of me. So I don't know what else there is to say. Drama free. You know, that's my issue, you know, because you're going to get bogged down with shit like that. And like, you're not focusing. I'm not. You know, you guys might, but I'm not. Okay. I can't control the chat, but like, I don't want any problems, you know. Next. Friendly neighborhood woo woo sends $5 and goes, you going drama free is very fitting. Today is a supermoon in the sign Cancer. At the tail end of the year of the snake. It's literally the epitome of shedding what no longer serves you. Next month kicks off the year of the horse, which I hope will gallop you into freedom. Hashtag free Turtleboy. I like it. I like it. Jimby Swim sends $10, goes, Doctor, we all wish we were instrumental in freeing an innocent woman who was wrongfully accused. That's your role. You earned it. May your haters be damned. And you know what? Like when, after her and I had the blow up, kind of the last time we talked on the phone, really, it's like I forgot about this. She sent me a message, a text message, like 30 minutes later. This is Karen, of course. And it was really nice. And everything was good. Even after the blow up, everything was good until a couple days later, you know, and that's unfortunate. But I look back on that and I read the message again and I'm like, oh, wow, I forgot she said this. And it just gives me, you're like, okay, this is how she really feels. Like Karen Reed does, to be very clear, appreciate what is, you know, been done on her behalf. Not on her behalf, but like what I've done to help her. Okay. And she's not blind. She knows. Okay. And again, my relationship with her, I wish it's nobody else. It's not for public consumption. Okay. And so we have history together. We went through a lot together. And again, you talk to a person every day and you get to know them and you talk about this case and the story and you become like personally invested in it. Like I was so invested in Karen Reed's innocence, bro. Like you saw me fucking like, you know, you saw the, like my reaction to Karen Reed's verdict, right? Like it was caught in a hot, like I was tearing up, you know, not like fake tearing either. Like trying, like the tears that you're trying to fucking hide, you know, when men cry sometimes and you're like not trying to bawl, you're not being like, and that's what was disingenuous about like the BLT thing. And this isn't drama, I'm just explaining here, right? That like when men cry, it's like we do cry, right? And it's like we try to hide it, right? And we try to like, we don't want to cry. And that's what makes it unique, is that like we want to like hold it in. You know, we don't want to display it for the world, but we just can't fucking help it. And just tears are coming out of your fucking eyes. And you're just like, you know, like this is heavy. Like, dude, this is like, fuck, I can't help it. You know, it's heavy. But I didn't sit here and be like, I need a moment. I need a moment, guys. Like, it's like, give me some, like that's, it's just like, it's just obvious when it's a natural reaction and when it's not. You know what I mean? You don't have to hide your, I know, Lily. I know you don't have to hide your shit. It's like, but like I couldn't help it, man. I couldn't fucking help it. But I wasn't sitting there fucking crying my eyes out. Like it was just going like this, getting a little teary, you know? What am I going to do? It's a lot. It's a lot. And why did I do that? Why did I have that reaction? Because I'm so fucking invested in this, bro. I'm so invested in this person, Karen Reed, and her innocence. If she had been convicted, I would have been devastated. And a lot of you would have been devastated too. I would have been devastated. So like we were all feeling Karen Reed. None of us would have gone to jail except her if she had been convicted, but we all would have been devastated. And when we cried, it was because it was just so emotional. It was just such a mind fuck that we got put through that she got put through that. You know, we were so invested in it. And so like I watched Melanie fucking cried, you know, it was like real fucking emotion, bro. Like no joke, man. We were just so invested in the whole family after like 2.5 years, dude. It was just the most amazing thing. And like, I don't know. And I look back and even in that interview, Nate Reed was saying really nice things about me in that interview with BLT. And so I forget where I was going with this, but yeah, just that, like, you know, her and I, it's like, oh, like, why was I mean, I was explaining why I'm crying. It's like, because I talked to her every fucking day. And like, I remember one scare in September when they went too close to the O'Keefe house. And she called me in a panic one day in September of 2023 and was like, she said to me something along the lines of that we're trying to reach our driver and he's just not answering. And we don't because the driver was being visited by the state police because they wanted to find it. And they're like, she was every day I talked to her and she was cool, confident, you know, collected, blah, blah, blah. That day she was panicked and scared. And I remember she was making plans to go to jail that day. She's like, Aidan, I think I'm going to be arrested. I think they might try to arrest me and revoke my bail. And I didn't know what to say. And I was just like, I said to her, I'm like, we love you, Karen. That's what I said to her. I'm like, we love you. You know, like you're not, because that's what I thought she needed to hear because she was scared. That was the only time I've ever seen Karen Reed scared was in like September of, I forget the exact date, but it was right after they made that trip to Canton after the September 15th hearing. He was the one when like Jim Ferris like yelled at them, you know, and I just remember her being scared that day and being like, she asked me like, do you have my brother's number? She wanted me to have her brother's phone number in case she went to jail. And I was scared for her when that happened. And luckily nothing happened. But you know, like it's a whole emotional roller coaster. And like, I've talked to her. You can't erase that fucking history, man. You can't erase that history. And it's just like, you realize that some things are bigger than others. And you're like, yeah, did her and I have personal disagreements? Of course. Did I appreciate the way she handled everything? No. Does she appreciate what I did? No. Okay. Did I say some things about her, mean things? Yeah, I did. Okay. That's between me and her, not for the internet. Like, you don't get to, all these people taking ownership of, you don't get to talk to her again. You don't get to decide that. Okay. Nobody gets to decide that. No, none of you speak for her. None of you speak for Bill Reed. None of you do. All right. So anyway, that's that. All right. Next. Yeah, that is how I feel every day being on bail. That's a good point. Like I get it. I get how she feels like no one else does. Cause like I'm living it, you know, the band's not getting back together, bro. It doesn't have to get back together, you know? But we can go in the same direction. We can play the same songs, you know, period. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, here we go. Lawleen sends $5 and goes, Cosgrove saying he's not interested in staying on the window intimidation case if he's recused from the witness intimidation case helps prove his bias to only be involved in cases that involve LG. That's a good point. Good point. Pinky Promises Harmon sends $100 and goes, that's a really good point, actually. Because he's like, he's not going to get to cross-examine her in the window intimidation case. So maybe he has no interest in that one. That's crazy. Yeah. All right. Next. Yes, exactly. The band can find a mutual respect and possibly become civil co-defendants. Exactly. Pinky Promises Harmon sends $100 and goes, hey, Turtle Dove Daddy. Please remind Rat House Media Daddy that he promised to take us to the elbow room after your show. What's that? Also, will you try to come with us tonight? It'll be fun. Love you, Turtle Dove Daddy. I mean, what's the elbow room? I don't know what that is. But okay. 25 bucks from Luna Tuna and says, I've been following you since 2016. Haters need to realize they can't cancel you. Love you. P.S. You tweeting like John DePietro was one of my favorite moments of the Kearney trial too. Remember when I was DePietro for a day tweeting about, I forgot the shit I was saying on there just to troll him about jury reactions. Oh, Hank is masterful. Like bringing it in here. You know, he's just got to put it in. He's hit it all the way to the green. 400-foot drive, 400-yard drive. He's got to tap it in for the birdie. He's got to tap it in, you know. Lisa sends 25 bucks and goes, this is not Aidan's words. They are Lisa's. Who's Lisa? MLF Pink Lady. Oh, you are the biggest trash bag. You need to find a life and quit doxing people. You are a loser. Be strong, Aidan. We got you. Well, thank you very, very much. All right. Let me read some cash apps if we have any. Hold on. Paula sends 25 bucks and goes, the mainstream media never spoke about the case until you did for 2023. I mean, they did talk about it. I mean, people are like, hey, how they wrote about it, the Google search 6 days before Aidan did. Yeah, but how many people read it? That's the whole point. And did any of them mention the name Jennifer McCabe? Because I sure as fuck did. And I talked about everything. I went through the whole story. It was all in the court filings, but the story wasn't being told, you know? That's what was the beauty of it. Ashley sends $100 and just says, cheers. Thank you very much, Ashley. Cheers to you too, mate. I appreciate that. All right. If anyone else wants to have their messages read out loud to the class, you can click on the link at the top for Turtle Chat, or you can cash at me at $ Uncle Turtleboy, and we can do it that way. All right. All right. All right. All right. Let me pull something up here. I am looking for something. Nope, that's not it. All right, hold on. Timothy Kearney. Okay. All right, here we go. All right, so I played some of these the other day during Sex Cult, but we can listen to them now as well. Chris Albert went on a stream the other day with some guy named Nate Bartles, who organized an anti-Karen Reed protest outside of a hotel that no one showed up at. So Chris Albert showed up in the chat and said some interesting things.
And I really appreciate you. And yeah, I mean, it is laughable. The whole thing's laughable.
100%. Yeah, we've got your back from the West Coast to the East, buddy. So that's never going to end.
I appreciate that. So just so you know, I follow you a lot, and I just want you to know that I know who you are, and I follow your stuff all the time, and I appreciate all of it.
We appreciate you. We appreciate you.
Like, does he sound drunk? He sounded drunk. I posted that he was drunk, and he sounded like it.
Yeah. So.
Hey kids, I'm back for just a minute. Me, Harry.
So this is Sean McCabe, as it turns out. This is Matt McCabe's brother, Sean.
Just want to let you know, I just got in, checked in real quick, and I noticed that Aidan Kearney, that little fuck, is listening tonight.
Yeah, I
just want to let him know.
Yeah, I know.
Let him know that friggin' prison, dude, is the fucking safest space for you. I can't get you in prison. I'm not gonna take a fucking charge just to get you in prison. But out in the street, dude, you are the most fucking marked man.
Oh,
in the fucking world.
Marked man, huh?
Yep.
Gonna get you, dude. I'm gonna find you.
I'm gonna find you.
I'm gonna put an end to you.
I'm gonna put an end to you.
Anyway, happy New Year, everybody, except for him.
I'll pay your bail.
Did you hear that laugh right there? You know who that is laughing? Because I can see it. The sound thing comes up when you watch. Like, look at this. Look who's laughing. Look at Chris Albert's thing right here. Watch the speaker thing move. Watch this.
See it. Anyway, happy New Year, everybody, except for him in the fucking world.
Watch his sound wave thing. Watch this.
Yep.
Gonna get you, dude. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna put an end to you.
Anyway,
happy New Year, everybody, except for him.
I'll pay your bail.
Did you hear that? That's Chris. Chris is laughing about that. I'm gonna find you. I'm gonna get you.
If you'll put his ass in prison.
Oh, no. There will be no bail for me. There will be no bail. Trust me.
Damn. I just want you to beat his ass.
We got your canteen money, buddy.
I mean, honestly, he could almost be stepped on. You can almost step on him.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm gonna do. There's gonna be duct tape.
That's probably not what you're thinking.
It's gonna be duct tape, a fucking metal chip, batteries.
Stop.
Heavy duty deep cell batteries.
Stop telling
There'll
what
be
there's gonna
lots
be
of shit.
Stop. We're not gonna
Anyway,
tell
I gotta
people.
go put the groceries away. Good night.
Good night, Harry.
So nothing from Chris Albert as far as like, I mean, I'm a witness in a case, obviously. And he's telling me that he's going to kidnap and murder me, right? That I'm safer in jail because I will be away from him. That is Matt McCabe's brother, the brother of the alleged scared, intimidated victims of mine says that. And Chris Albert is on the panel with him, laughing, yucking it up, and thanking him for that. So Nate Bartles removed that Twitter Spaces deleted evidence, also known as, and, here we go. What else do we have here?
Oh, yeah.
He went in there, and then she said that Higgins and Brian and Colin were there waiting for him. And it's like there was a car in there too, which would make for a really cramped. Like they don't care.
No, they don't. They
It's
don't.
Chris.
They don't.
No, they don't.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. Well, in due time, the truth will prevail.
Hopefully.
I hope this is the year, man.
What?
Have you heard anything about this Netflix thing coming out, Chris?
What's that?
Supposedly a
What's
Netflix
that?
series coming out that's not going to be favorable to FKR.
Yeah.
Yeah,
There's something coming out soon. I think it's gonna be after the new year.
And everybody watches Netflix, so hopefully it's helpful. We'll get it. Yeah, I feel bad for you. You sound like you've held up really well. I don't know how I would have done it.
Yeah, no. Well, what other choice do I have, my friend?
True.
Like, I could give up and just like drown myself in a pool or something, or like, you know what I mean? I gotta keep on like fighting for my family and stuff. So that's just kind of how I am as a person. Just got to keep going forward.
Yeah, well, truth will prevail in the long run, I think. I hope.
Yeah, I think so. I think we'll be in a good spot pretty soon.
Oh yeah, pretty soon. Sure.
Oh yeah.
He went in there, and then she.
Yeah, we'll be in a good spot pretty soon. He says.
This is the craziest thing in the world. So you realize that picture from the garage, that paint? When I was 7 years old, that paint was in that garage. When I was 7 years old.
Well, it's the same color as the paint on the door.
Huh?
It's the same color as the paint on the door and the shutters.
When I was 7 years old, after my father bought that house, and that paint was been in there since I was 7 years old.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's crazy. That idiot sat there with his skinny jeans on, crouched down next to it, pointed to it with his watch on, with his skinny little body, and tried to like point to it.
Oh, he's talking about Alan Jackson there with his skinny little body. Have you seen Alan Jackson's skinny little body? Alan Jackson's like fucking ripped. Like a 58, however old he is, something-year-old man. He's like ripped, right? With his skinny little body and his watch on. They're so jealous of him. They hate Alan Jackson because they ain't Alan Jackson, you know? Alan Jackson is smarter than them, more attractive than them, richer than them. He's everything that they will never be. And that's why they hate Alan Jackson. And he is the perfect lawyer for Karen Reed. I'll give him that. He is the perfect lawyer for her personality, for who she is. You know what I mean? Like he is the ideal lawyer for her.
That paint has been in there since I was 7 years old, almost 50 years.
Well, and they're trying to say now that it's the ledge in the garage that he hit his head on, and it's like, so you pick the one part of the ledge that had that paint right there. You didn't pick any other part of the ledge.
Not where,
but if there was a car in there,
not where John's phone stopped recording any information by the flagpole, but in the garage. Okay, makes sense. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and they don't even look at the data.
No, they don't want to look at the data because the data doesn't help them, so it doesn't matter.
We love the data. We love the Life 360 data. We love the data that shows that Jen McCabe deleted all the stuff and did the Google search of 220. We love that data. You guys don't like the data. This whole thing about we love the data, but you guys hate the data. The data, you reject the data.
No. And then he went in with and said that he went in. It's like for 8 seconds it pinged while it was refining. It wasn't. He would have had to travel at 32 miles per hour or whatever to get to the garage or back to the flagpole in that period of time. But they don't want to look at it.
How about the fact that my parents' garage never connects to my parents' house? It doesn't connect anywhere.
Yeah. So Earl and I were on a
I'm sorry.
Earl and I were on a space with a lady that was saying that it did, and we were trying to prove her. And she just changed her narrative. She just moved the goalpost.
Oh yeah. They try to make it like there was some tunnel from my parents' garage into the house. There is no connection from the garage.
Okay. Okay. Yeah.
It's just not. There's just not.
Mm-hmm. And then, the lady that we were talking to, then she switched it. She said, no, I was talking about the outside garage door.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He went in there, and then she said that Higgins and Brian and Colin were there waiting for him. And it's like, there was a car in there too, which would make for a really cramped, they don't care.
Yeah.
No, they don't. They don't.
They don't.
Unfortunate.
Should
I not jump on? But tonight, something just like fed me this way. So I wanted to be on with you guys tonight.
So awesome. I'm so glad you did. And it's so good to hear your voice.
Yeah.
So I'm going to have to jump.
Okay.
I appreciate that. It never goes unnoticed, just so you know. I know you know, but you need to hear it from me. So.
Oh yeah.
Well, you just tell them I love them, and
yeah, you're the best. You're awesome.
Yeah.
All you guys are awesome. Every single one of you, James, Julie, Earl, every single one of you. Tuesday, Terry.
These are your friends.
All of you guys are amazing. And if it wasn't for you guys, honestly, I think I would quit. I would have quit a long time ago. I would have just gave up on my life. But you guys keep us going all the time.
Yeah.
And it's amazing.
Chris, I wanted to say real quick, this is the battle I fight locally.
And by the way, if you need these people, that's all they have. These are once the mighty people of Canton. They're like, oh yeah, Tuesday, something called Tuesday. And what would we do without you guys having our back? Zona Eagle. That's it. That's the only people you can find that'll support you. The rest of the community is disgusted by them.
For you guys, there's a lot of people who are just casually at best familiar with the case, and they've been fed sniglets. And I go to bed, you know, when I bring it up, they'll roll their eyes. Oh, Jesus, not that. You know how guys are around here. But they'll say, no, but they're fed sniglets, like who rehomes a dog? Or who
Good question.
A solo cup. So they've been fed sniglets of this case without knowing. They say, oh, she did that. The cops are corrupt. You know what I mean? And I have to try to school them over. I'm like, no. You know, so these people on YouTube, they pick up sniglets from other people. And they say, oh, who rehomes a dog? Oh, they sold their house. Who sold up? You know what I mean? And I have to like school them. And then they don't want to hear the details. It's frustrating for me. I'm like, look, this is bullshit. It's, you know, don't believe.
It's crazy, dude. Because how about the detail? How about a detail that my brother Brian talked to a realtor back in November before John died?
Well, I try to tell them this shit. You know,
they don't know. Like,
wait, he talked to a realtor in November before John died? Where is the evidence of this? They just throw this out there. Do you have any emails, receipts, texts, anything like that? Signed documents, nothing? You can't just say you talked to a realtor, but your house wasn't on the market yet. So what good is that?
But you know, they have free Karen Reed people feeding them bullshit. And but they're not into it, but they think that she's innocent just casually. I'm like, no, she is. This is bullshit. The whole thing is fucking friggin' YouTubers caused all of this, man. Anyways, I continue.
Well, I appreciate all your advocacy. That means a lot, man. I appreciate you.
You know how guys are around here.
I appreciate you.
When they bring it up, they roll their eyes. Oh, nothing. I'm like, well, until these people get exonerated, you're gonna hear from me. You know.
That's great.
Well, and it's still happening. People are still bringing up, like, there was another space today with FKR, and they're talking about.
Before we can.
Oh God!
Let everybody.
He sounds so drunk.
What's been done to us.
Oh God!
Are these YouTubers? Are they committing libel? I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but they just go online and lie. It's just insanity.
I mean, they are, but you have to understand something. Everything that's done, you have to react to it, and everything costs money. So you can sue everybody all day long, but it's going to cost you. You know, it's going to cost you. But there are some things going on right now that within I would say within the next couple of months, you'll see some pretty significant stuff. So it'll be good.
Oh,
well, it'll be good.
Great.
Well, and the good thing is that Karen Reed will finally need to go under oath.
That's true. That's definitely true. So
yeah,
I can't say too much about that, but I will say this. No. At the end of the day, she will have to answer for something. Not our
so
case,
will you.
Even with the O'Keefe's case, the wrongful death case, she'll have to go under oath. So she'll have to explain her actions. So nothing to do with me, nothing to do with us, but on that case, for sure.
Yeah. And do you have contact with the O'Keefes? Are they doing okay?
Of course.
Yeah,
of course.
We're close friends. Like I see John's father all the time. I see Peggy all the time. I see Patrick. I see Kaylee. I see them all the time. We're friends.
Yeah, we're manipulating them.
Yeah. So anyone that tries to make something weird about our relationship, they have no clue. Yeah. The O'Keefes know what happened. The O'Keefes know what happened. That's all I can say is they know what happened. Everybody knows what happened.
And you'll pass on that there's an army behind them as well.
Oh, God, yeah.
The O'Keefes know what happened. They know what you guys told them happened. That's what they know. Oh, yeah. Any more clips? What's this?
Like, he controlled it.
Oh, this is a good one.
No, everybody was so afraid to say a word about him. But all of a sudden, like, there's people that even his own, like, group, like, they'll go after him now. and it's good for us because now
it's good for
we're
us.
getting stronger. He's getting weaker, and the tides are turning.
Oh, so he's liking the division. He's liking the fact that people are coming at me because he's like, no one back in the day, no one used to stand up to Turtleboy. Well, now his own people are standing up to him, and it's making him weaker. It's making us stronger. That's not what's making you guys stronger. First of all, you're not stronger. How are they stronger? Because they've raised $100,000 for their legal defense fund. Okay. How's that? How far is that going to go? What are you going to do with that? How does that make you stronger? Right? The fact of the matter is the facts are still on her side and my side, period. And I'm stronger than I've ever been. You can act like I'm not. You don't see any, like I'm the, like there's 6,345 people watching on YouTube right now. Does it seem like I've lost a lot as a result of this? No. People still tune in every Tuesday and Saturday night. I just got a $1,000 donation tonight from some nice person who I don't even know, but they have my back because I'm out here fighting for what's right, period. That's why that person gave me money tonight. And that's why other people gave me money tonight, is because they appreciate and value the work that I'm doing. So this idea that I am weaker no, I'm stronger. I still have two great lawyers and Olivia, right? And I have the facts on my side, and we have look at the crowd behind me, man. We're going to do that again. We've never been stronger. But he's right. The only thing he's right about is the fact that we are stronger together. That Karen Reed and I are stronger together, right? And this is stupid. What has been happening the last 3 or 4 months is stupid, right? Calling her, he called her the C word. That's the way I always bring up. He called her the C word. I call a lot of people the C word. Okay. It's not something we can't get over. It's not. All right. Karen Reed is no shrinking violet. She's a tough broad. All right. And Karen Reed is not afraid to call people names too. Right. And it's at the end of the day, as they say, her and I have much bigger fights ahead of us that whatever we said, we can fucking get over, bro. And all these people hate that because their power base comes from like us being divided and them thinking that they get to speak for her, but they don't, period. They don't. Karen Reed speaks for Karen Reed, and that's it. End of story. All right. Next. We have another one here.
That's how I feel.
Oh, that's how you feel. Okay.
Yeah, I think so too. And you can tell too, I just have a very small account. I'm not even verified, and he has me blocked, and I've never even interacted with him.
Yeah, not surprised.
Yeah. That's usually what happens with bullies,
yeah,
right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And I think
he controlled it.
Next.
Is everything that he's done to your family, your son, the McCabe's, Higgins.
Yeah.
It'll be eye-opening.
Yep.
And I'm back.
Oh, Nate. I was like sweating. Lydia had to leave. Is everything that he's done to your family, your son, the McCabe's, Higgins.
Yep.
It'll be eye-opening.
Yep.
And I'm back.
Oh, Nate. I was like sweating.
Hold on.
I know I do. I've been on for a couple hours, so.
You guys are lucky that you have different voices, because Nate went away and Chris came on, and people would have started a whole conspiracy.
That Nate Bartels with Chris Albert?
Yeah.
God.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, Nate. Hi to everyone, and I'm trying not to have a panic attack here.
I know I do.
What?
I know I do. I've been on for a couple hours, so.
You guys are lucky that you have different voices, because Nate went away and Chris came on, and people would have started a whole conspiracy.
That Nate Bartels with Chris Albert.
Yeah.
God.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Hi, Nate.
Hi.
Hi to everyone, and I'm trying not to have a panic attack here.
What?
I'm
Anyway, I think that's all the good stuff. All right, cool. Let me read some more turtle chats, and then we'll call it a night here, shall we? But I can't believe he did that. I mean, he went on there. There was some more good stuff. Every time these guys get the opportunity to show the world that they are victims, they do the opposite. Every single time. Like they are their own worst enemy. The C.F. McCarthy's incident, you can go on and on. These are the least sympathetic. And the one who is the most sympathetic is Jennifer McCabe. She's the only really good liar. But we got shit on her too. Like her sending me messages on July 1st, naked John Como pics. She's not scared. She's not. None of these people are scared. None of them are intimidated. It's all just a way for them. Oh, he went to a lacrosse game. Did she seem upset? She was laughing. Talk. That's all these motherfuckers do. All right, let me refresh this. Let's see what we have here. Christine. Oh my God. Christine, last name Peony, sends $500. Jesus Christ, you people. Yikes. $500 and says, it is your tendency to be you, regardless of what others think that we love. Don't let them change you. It is your tendency to be you, regardless of what others think that we love. Well, thank you. And that's the thing. It's like, I am just myself. I'm authentically myself. And people pay me to be myself. That's the craziest part about this. They're like, keep being you. No, we like this. This is a rare quality from content creators. And that was the advice that I gave to BLT. Was like, bro, just be yourself. You know what I mean? Like, don't be Mr. like game show, talk show host guy up here. Like seeming with the pocket square. Like this just comes across as just wear a t-shirt and put your hat on backwards again. And get rid of the rug, and actually the rug can play. The rug's not bad, like do that, But like just be. That's what people want, That is what people want. So, and I'm happy that I wish he listened to my advice, but no, he doesn't have to. To each their own. Sanity sends $10 and goes, I love the new drama-free thing. But hey, if your inner Bruce Banner turns into your inner Hulk and you go drama-filled, I will still be here. You're a better man than me for having the drama-free spirit. Yeah, I mean, we'll see. Obviously, I'm not going to get off of drama-free for a while. But like, will I ever go back? I don't know. It's like, does a person who hasn't drank alcohol in 10 years still want to go out for New Year's Eve and get drunk? I don't know. Will I, when it's safe to relapse, will I relapse? I don't know. Will I just keep doing this moving forward? I don't know. I guess time will tell. But for now, my plan is to remain drama-free, and that's what I'm going to do. So, and I feel like I've remained drama-free tonight. I've even mentioned the names tonight, Meredith, Crawford, and BLT. But I feel like I haven't gone down any rabbit holes with them that is like drama or disrespectful or anything like that. You know what I mean? And like, I'm not taking the bait. Like they're all out there baiting me constantly. And I don't care. I just don't care. Next. Courtney sends $10, goes, he was so confident when he said there will be no jail for me after making threats to your life. It sounds like he's sure his crimes would be covered up too. I know. That's a good point. He is a McCabe. Paula sends $5, goes, who is playing you in the Lifetime movie next weekend? I don't know. Some weird looking dude. We'll see. But it's Lifetime. It's like not real. Like when the movie, dude, I talk to Jeff Caligari all the time still. And it is on like Donkey Kong, the documentary. By the end of this month, we're going to be actively soliciting buyers for the doc. It'll be out sometime, hopefully in the late spring. And then the movie comes. And so the Hollywood movie, believe me, Jeff knows everybody, dude. He is well connected. And like, it's going to be fuck a Lifetime movie. Wait till you see the real movie. Wait till you see the real movie. And, you know, but the fact of the matter is you can't, even the fact that anyone's playing me in the Lifetime movie further validates that you cannot tell the story of Karen Reed and John O'Keefe without Turtleboy. You can't do it. I was an essential part of the story. I'm the reason the story became a story. You know, the story always existed, but I made it into a international phenomena. I did. So take from that what you will. And everybody knows that. Everybody knows that. All right. Do we have any cash apps here? And yes, Olivia, you are correct. All right. I think we're good. All right. Anybody else got anything before we call it a night? Super proud of you, Daryl. Thank you. You guys got me through it. You guys are my sponsors, you know? You're my sponsors. Emily C is my coach, but you guys are my sponsors, you know? There's some really devoted women that watch Lifetime movies. Yeah. I can't wait for them. I mean, June 10th, that's like soon. I mean, January 10th, right? Should we have a watch party for that? JFK said he was ending your deal with Jeff. I talked to Jeff today. I talked to him yesterday. I talk to Jeff almost every day. Trust me. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Timu Casey Affleck is playing Turtleboy in that one. Interesting. Well, Jeff is good friends with Casey Affleck, so we'll see. Remember, I hung out with Ben Affleck this summer in Truro. We're Truro buddies. All right. Anyway, tomorrow's a big day. Patriots get to finish up the season 14-3. Unfortunately, it looks like the Chargers are not going to play their starters, so the Broncos are going to be handed the 1 seed, which is unfortunate. Fucking Ramondre Stevenson doesn't fumble that ball against the Steelers. Boy. Anyway, so we should be good. We're going to go 14-3, get that 2 seed. We'll probably play the Chargers in the first round, beat them. Then we'll play who's going to be the 3 seed. The Jaguars. We'll play the Jaguars. And then on to Denver. So anyway, guys, I am going to get going. But thank you, everybody, for being here tonight. Thank you to the very generous donors tonight who graciously supported yours truly in my fight for justice. And we will see all of you guys for the next episode of Turtleboy Live on Tuesday. All right? Peace to you, Bunkrease. Howdy.
Screens glowing blue, got the facts in my headlights. Commonwealth tripping, but the truth stay calm. Morrissey and Lally, I'ma read them like Psalms. KP throwing shade from a broke down porch, but the files in my lap like a flame to a torch. I don't raise my voice, I just let the game speak. Steady with the grind while the crooked run weak. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks. They can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just try to slow grind. Midnight oil burning, pen hit the pad slow, every word cut clean like the rims on the 6-4. From Boston to Brockton, the whispers all hum. Turtleboys riding in the reckoning gon' come. Lally in the back room, 𝗺cie on the phone, trying to twist the narrative, but they can't postpone. I'm just sipping on the facts while the city play pretend. True, got no curfew, I'ma run it to the end. See, this ain't about fame, this about that long game. You can duck, you can weave, but the truth still call your name. We just riding slow, gliding, paper stacking in the breeze. Turn the system up, let the whole town see. No mask on my face, no fear in my lane. I'ma shine that light on the ones bringing shame. From the courtrooms down to the city blocks, they can't hide from the truth, cause the truth don't stop. We just riding slow,